The old Alicia, I'm gonna try to make you feel this small coming to me about a man. Because I want to make you feel like if you were handling your business, I would not be an option. If you were working it the way you should have been working it,
Not working it how you
I
should have been
would not
working
have
it.
been an option. If you were communicating effectively, if you were making his needs a priority, like I want to make you feel so small back then. Now, a matured version of myself, I've had to deal with that on another hand. And my thing is, we have nothing to discuss, and that's the end of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk to me about that's your man. Don't approach me about no man ever, cause it's not gonna be what you want. I don't have conversations. We have nothing to discuss. That's my go-to line. You have something to talk about, I suggest you go and communicate with him. I don't have no loyalty to you. Not that
Mm-hmm.
I'm here trying to, mess with someone's man or nothing like that. But my whole thing is I just feel like what is that going to accomplish when you continue to have a problematic man?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my issue. You have a problematic fiance and you want to go to the woman, and someone said, I don't know who, I think it was PB Laws maybe, who said something earlier about it seems like in this episode Tyler was writing based on comments that I know I've read when
Mm.
Fatima made a statement that it's not even one of them, it's not even us, it's the outside forces. Outside forces. Oh, damn, baby, this ain't no damn poltergeist, Candyman, Pet Cemetery. This ain't no outside forces, no demons. It's y'all. Even the quick dialogue between Karen and Andy, when she was, I'm not a person of ultimatums either. But my whole thing is Andy has already made her choice. There is no need for an ultimatum. She's already chosen. So my thing would be, Karen, you already know who she chose. So
That
you just
part.
live your life according to her decision.
That
You
part.
ain't got to keep putting no ultimatum in front of Andy. She's already shown several times. She's already proven several times. And for me, the little faces and sound effects that Andy is making, you're doing this for Fatima to inquire. That's how I feel. You're doing it for her to do that. And you don't hesitate. Just, well, Aaron said.
Why?
I
In
said,
what
oh,
world? In what world does Fatima need to know what Aaron said?
okay.
And even if she do need to know, why the hell does she need to know it from you before Karen knows it?
Okay.
Because also,
Who are you to
I
tell
mean,
me
I don't
that?
really have much smoke for Fatima, but at this point, season 2 of Fatima, in this episode, didn't ruin Fatima for me. I do not hold her to as high regard as I used to hold her. Like, she's just one of she's literally Andy 2.0. Like, she's like coming up right behind Andy.
Yeah. But I got smoke for her, though. I got smoke for her in the sense, I do. I got smoke for Fatima in the sense of, I just feel like, and it goes back to what you said. She is like Andy 2.0 because I believe that Fatima views herself in a lens that she shouldn't.
Mm.
And I think Andy views herself in a certain perspective that she shouldn't. Because the mere fact that you could communicate with Andy about Karen's sexual partners and the possibility of there being another man other than Zach and Aaron, it's the comfortability for me. Because if you are my friend, you are my sister, ain't nobody even gonna feel comfortable enough saying some mess like that to me. You won't even think about it because I'm gonna check you. And the fact that Fatima no Andy ain't gonna do nothing, but to me, it's the Fatima has been doing this for the longest because it's been going on since season 2. Well, girl, I know I shouldn't be talking to you about this, but that even when Andy was like, Fatima, I don't want to talk about it, whatever that. Well, girl, I know we friends. I know you friends of both of us. Why you keep doing that? So a lot of stuff that Fatima do, like it made me lose whatever little respect I did have for her because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if you know you shouldn't be communicating with Andy about this, why are you still doing it?
The problem for me is not that Fatima is doing something that women will do, it's that she keeps doing it. You started this off understanding where Karen came from, forgiving and providing grace and seeing yourself. And I could only imagine what Fatima was like with Ian. And I know Ian did her wrong, but I know that she gave them just hell. Okay? I know that she gave people hell coming up behind Ian. And that is why I respected her so much, and like how much empathy and grace that she had for Karen, in that she was able to take her past and see it and just move with a certain level of wisdom that you get once you actually are self-aware and you have a little bit of emotional stability to you. And now it's all gone, and it's just like, no, I'm just gonna do all this goofy just cause. You know better than this. You know what is going to the woman supposed to do? After the man then picked her up and swung her around outside of a burning building that he thought she was dead in, and almost lost it. What you gonna go talk to her for what?
That's the part I don't get.
And then quiet is kept, y'all. Quiet is kept. Who gives a shit? Because I'm talking about it now because of how they position and how they quantified hoe and how it's a derogatory term specifically for this. But I used the word hoe all the time interchangeably for girl. Like I am not tripping about your hoe face. I'm not tripping on your coochie mouths. I don't care. At all. So also, like, how young are we that is the one thing that we reach down in our Barney bag to find and to sling as some kind of slur when you aspire to be like the one who has the most miles on her vagina? Welcome in, everybody. Hope everyone has had a wonderful day. We got a little bit better of an episode. I'm feeling good, feeling great. How are you, Ellie?
I am amazing.
Yeah.
I am amazing. Good. It ain't hot in Florida like that. Got a little coolness coming through.
I know that's
I'm loving it. And we did get a better episode today than we got last week. So I'm happy about that. How are you?
I'm feeling good. I'm trying to do right, y'all. I was just telling Allie before we got on here. Before I get into it, we good with audio? I think we good, but y'all like confirm for us. And in the meantime, while y'all confirming that the audio is good, I have been like, not like half-assing, but when you really kind of think about it, and if you go call a thing, kind of like half-assing. So like this whole month I've been focused on taking some sort of action every day towards my goals. And it's been great. And then this week I was like, okay, I'm going to commit to like putting myself together. So like I'm like working out regularly and then like having to put myself together. So like y'all see me now and I actually look like something. Not for nothing. I'm feeling real cute, honestly.
You know?
So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We good with the audio and the visuals? Yes. Come on. It's clicking into place. I love it. I love to see it. Y'all, we are back for another night of our Sistas Keeper with your good sis you love to talk TV with, and
Nick, giving it to you when I give it to you. Always in the nick of time.
Always in the nick of time. And tonight we're going to be breaking down Sistas season 6 episode number 13. I said 12 in the I think in the title I put 12. It's 13, huh?
It's 13, yeah.
I gotta fix that. Well, shout out to the real ones who are up in this chat and y'all already knew what it was. I think I definitely put 12 in the title.
No, you put 13.
Oh, okay.
You put 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Child, listen, we trying to do all of the things. So I was literally like batching stuff earlier. I put a little message in for any early birds, so I'm about to go through the chat real quick and see what some of y'all were saying, because I said, you know, drop your ratings on a scale of 1 to 10. What we looking at for tonight? How y'all feeling? Kenny Ford said an 8, because why did Andrea Barnes think she deserved an apology? The delusion is uncanny. It's uncanny.
A mess. A mess.
Tracy B gave it a 4 for the episode, but Karen is a 10. Tens! I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. Y'all can hear me good? I'm not like blowing out y'all speaker. Do I need to turn it up a little bit? Just let me know. Let me know, because you know I get a little excited. Wall 46 says 2.5. Not the 2 in the possible.
Not the 0.5. Not the 0.5.
They said a 2 in the possible. Sweet Cakes 5 said 10 for Karen choosing her and her baby. Yes. And on that note,
Yes.
shout out to all of the members in the chat. Sweet Cakes 5, Money Green Tay. Who else I see? Who else members I see? I know Shari gonna be popping in. And then of course y'all just dope ass supporters, real ones. Vaughn C's up in here, PB Laws, Angie, Erica James is in the building, Mimi Loves Peace, Cheryl D, Justin
Angela gives it a 7. Angela giving it a 7.
Okay, Angela giving it a 7.
Yeah. Ooh. DNC Grayton is 0 for the same old colorism and misogyny as usual.
Listen, we gonna talk about it, because while it was a better episode than last week,
I got some views. I got something to say about that. Yes.
It was definitely a better episode than last week, but it still had a lot of work to do. At one point, I literally screamed, "Okay, Tyler, with the repetitiveness," because my God. Yeah. But yes, we're gonna get into it. Yeah. Oh, shout out to y'all. Y'all love that for me. I love that for me too. We just trying to do better. We just trying to operate in a great space. Thank y'all for rating. If you haven't already, Demetrius says I rate tonight's episode a 2. Really? I thought we calmed ourselves up out of the 2s from last week. Money Green Taste is a 7.5. Angel says the writing is either too much drama or just not making sense to me. Why is the team not matching sisters? That's we got to talk about a lot tonight, I think, because that feeling came up to me too of like, well, actually no, because when she got to the whole like, I gotta tell you something, I'm like, is she about to tell him she pregnant again? But then no, she told him about Hayden. But you know, you were like in my head, Allie, in that moment, because I was like, Allie is going to fillet Fatima's ass tonight, because she's basically lying again. Her like explanation of the Hayden thing was very deceitful. You did not set, okay, but I'm not gonna go into that until we get there. But I was like, Allie's gonna eat her ass up today.
Yeah, it's gonna be well done. It's gonna be well done.
It's gonna be well done. All right. So where do we want to start, Allie? Just Danielle, you gave it a 4.5 overall. Karen a 10. Hey, Kimberly Felder, welcome in, boo. 8 for Karen, but a 3 for the episode. That's Itasi H. Hey, welcome in.
I love all these high numbers for Karen. Like I'm loving
I love it too. It's giving,
not just because she's a favorite, but just what she represented to me in this episode. I really enjoyed it, but we'll get to that when we get to there. Can we start with bio?
I ain't gonna hold you, Allie. Like, I feel like he read me.
No, I can't.
Because when I tell you, I literally, and y'all follow my personal channel, because I have been like recording vlogs, and that's coming because your girl again is trying to do right by herself and put herself out there, whatever. Yeah. But in my damn footage, I'm like doing my makeup for this live and getting my hair together, but I'm watching the episode. So all of my reactions I'm catching, and I was hollering during the bio scene. I was cussing his ass out, and then when he got to the end and he was like, "That's what you Americans think," and I was like, "Oh." I was laying your ass out. You damn right. That's what I thought. I thought you wanted a green card. I got a whole video about it, but that's my business.
But this the thing though, right? For me with bio, and I said, so this is what I got from it. I said, so Tyler, you gonna keep giving Sabrina these men who lie, who do all of these things, and then when she voices her opinion or how she feels, you try to flip it back on her. Now, for me with bio, the thing that I liked about this situation with Sabrina, she never led him on. She did like him. Initially, she was not trying to get the money from him. Then she was like, this is the only hope that I have. You the one who lied and said that you were trying to make her one of your 9 wives. You're the one who said you was trying to get a green card. You did this. So she was like, did I get read? Did he read me? Did he read you? Oh, he was the deceitful one. He was deceitful, and I didn't. And initially, I didn't think that about Bayo. I really did like him because I remember when they went on their first date, and Sabrina told him, "This is the best date I've ever been on." And I was like, "Damn, girl, he just took you out to eat and dance, and that's the best date." I feel
Right.
bad for you, but
Yep.
nevertheless, this is what it is. And I'm like, Bayo, why did you feel that you had to do that? Now, the one thing I did like about him setting it straight was the whole thing with Maurice.
Mm.
Like I just don't like him. Not because and then Tyler Perry, and I'm just gonna put it out there. This is how I felt. I feel like Tyler Perry does what he does in trying to make all the men a victim.
Mm.
Or you a victim when you lied. So I didn't feel like he read me. I feel like get the hell out of her house.
I mean,
Because at
I
this
had
point,
said
I
that
don't even
too.
like you. Like
Okay,
I
so
can't even
like
deal with
the
you.
reading part came from. Okay, so all right, so like let's break it down. What was the biggest lie for you, or what was the lie that you're talking about?
Again, got into the whole thing about I want to make you one of my wives. I want you to marry me. Because my whole thing is, yes, you are from another country. She doesn't know you from a can of paint. So why would she not believe you? All she has to go on is what you're telling her. She didn't have those thoughts about you.
Okay, so I would agree with that, but like now I gotta go back and watch how we got there. Cause it could just be Tyler like poorly setting it up. All I know is that once that train had pulled out the station, I was already there, and I had already written your ass off. So I felt like I got read because I had jumped to conclusions, and I
Hmm.
didn't take it more so as a lie. I took it more so as like a very calculated joke, and he really just ran all the stereotypes. And honestly, once he did that, I was like, okay, I'm not mad at it, but you just lost this girl. Like, I'm not mad at Tyler using this as a tactic because it felt different for his writing for me.
It
And I
is.
was like, okay, well, at least you made it something because I was so frustrated. Like, the more he did it, I was like, I literally had a moment. I was like, come on now, Tyler. And I'm like, Tyler Perry is not in this room with you, Erica.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
But I was so
Yeah.
mad because he was running through all of the stereotypes and it was so believable. And he just, like, devolved so quickly. And I do think that maybe it just wasn't executed well, but I do think that it's something to be said about, just certain stereotypes, how easily we buy into it. Because I mean, he don't know Sabrina either, but like one of the things that we talked about is Sabrina having a little bit more assertiveness to her. And I mean, she did stand up for herself in that moment, but like it could have went where she didn't buy into it and didn't believe it at all. And regardless of what you're saying, because I know that you're not gonna be able to drag my ass back here. You didn't call your, I don't know your mama. So what you saying?
Yeah.
Um, I think what might be the biggest thing for you though, and your issue with it is like the why behind it. Because do you want this girl or do you not? Like, are we doing things that are going to be attractive and actually show ourselves, or are we just trying to make a political statement because all Americans are trash in your eyes?
Yeah. That's how I felt like, and maybe it's because watching him tonight made me feel like how Calvin has done Sabrina in the past. Because she
Mm,
if she made a statement like, "Well, I don't like that, Calvin," or "I don't want to do that," his resort was always, "Sabrina, stop judging me.
yeah.
Stop judging me." And I'm like, just because someone disagrees with you or is not into what you're into, it does not mean that they're judging you. Why is that always the thing that you resort back to? So listening to Bio, it was almost like you're doing basically the same thing. Even if Sabrina had those thoughts, she never projected that onto you.
Right.
So for me, I feel like you're projecting what how you feel Americans feel, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. It just made me look at. I'm trying my best not to send people to hell. But Bayo could go jump in. He could go jump in the pool with salt water with his eyes open. Like at
Facts.
this point, I don't have like, and it's like you said, you liked Sabrina and she liked you. Why did you do that? I do
Mm-hmm.
feel like whatever Tyler was trying to do, it was poorly executed. To me, it did not hit how it was supposed to hit. It just made me look at Bayo like you could kick rocks. I don't want Sabrina with you. Not after this. Why would you do that?
Yeah,
So no, mm-mm.
I feel
Going
that.
on somewhere.
That's very real. I definitely feel that. So bio bye. But you know what? This episode, part of like my rating and wanting to rate it so high, which we'll share later. Me and Allie will drop our rating. Keep watching, okay? Keep
Yeah,
watching.
yeah, yeah.
Um, part of it is that we got so many people up out of here. Bio has no reason to return. Q has no reason to return. Like, yes, let's move this along, pretty please.
Get them out. Get them out.
And
Get them out.
before we finish up with bio, I do appreciate Sabrina just staying calm for the most part, saying what she had to say, and then like I gotta go to my friend's house. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we get to see her go deeper into that and like really find her voice and really be able to stand up for herself. I was very, very, very excited specifically for her that she didn't even share that with the sisters. I was so happy she didn't tell them, because I'm like, girl, you don't need their opinions. That's the thing that you need to work on. That's the personal growth that you need to have, of like not seeking the validation of others in every aspect of your life. Keep this to yourself.
Yeah. I was happy for her, but she just took. I don't know how she did it, because Bio, he would have to get the hell out maybe a minute and a half earlier before she kicked him out. Because I'm like, Sabrina, why are you go? She was like, it's not legal. You can't do this. The moment he was like, I'm going to call the police and you going back to jail. Get the hell out my house.
Girl,
like, I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth.
I was like, I will go back then, bitch, and add a charge, because now I'm about to lump you up on my way. It's nothing.
Oh, and I realized
like, come up
when
these
he
earrings.
said, you would rather go to jail than marry me.
You're damn right.
Yes. Wait, lock me up.
Immediately.
Give me my time. Give me my time. I laughed so hard because Sabrina, I think what made it so funny is because she wasn't being facetious. Like, she wasn't being funny about it. She was being real, but she was so calm and just chill with it. And to me, that made it extra funny. But that thing had me rolling, child.
Yeah,
had me rolling.
Put me in the paddy wagon. I'm good to go right now.
I
already got this awful ass. I thought it was cow print, but it's zebra.
Yeah, zebra.
She did not look good. I'm sorry. I mean, she always looks good, but her clothes did not look good tonight.
Didn't like it.
Tyler, we made a deal. No, I actually don't even want to honor this deal myself, so I ain't even gonna say it. But the bare minimum is to keep Novi looking good, okay? The bare minimum. If she ain't got a strong ass storyline, you better keep her laced.
Might as well.
Okay.
Might as well. Yeah.
What are y'all saying about Bio? Bio had me. But bro, why you did it like that? Exactly. Why did you do it like that? I feel like Carisha. Why would you do that?
What'd you do that?
Bio fingers to the chin questioning. I don't like Bio. Angela says I don't like Bio. I didn't like how last season or earlier in this season the women saw Sabrina as a queen in the grocery store. You didn't like that? I wasn't mad at that.
Yeah, I didn't mind.
Did he even pay her bail? I thought Robin paid it. Yeah, he didn't pay her bill. That's Tyler getting sloppy. Cause I'm pretty sure didn't they borrow the money? Bio didn't pay her bill. Bio paid Maurice's bill.
Maurice's.
Chill. Moving on. Where we going next? We gonna keep summing up the periphery.
Yeah, let's keep on trucking.
Okay, we're gonna go around to the periphery. Quincy.
Cute.
Quincy gets the do not pass go and do not collect $200. He's taking his ass back to jail.
Please. I hope we never see him again.
Just never another see show. Him you know what? Go over to Ruthless. Let the Rakadushi do something with you, because we're done.
I don't watch it, so go on over there. I'll never see you again. Go on ahead over there. I don't watch it, so I won't never see you again, bro. But much respect, love, and favor to you.
Okay.
What's his name? Whatever his name is, I forgot. But that scene there, the DA redeemed himself for me, because I was like, in my review, I talked about how was Q given a deal when he was the one who orchestrated this entire thing. And then I remember that he is the one who said it was Maurice and Sabrina and how he had the footage or the sound cue, whatever it was. But I was just like, I like the DA. I like
Mm-hmm.
what he said, and I think what the thing that gets me about Q is that Q he's honest because he always said he's gonna do what better suits him
Mm-hmm.
or what's in his benefit or what's best for him. And it's just the fact that he know damn well Sabrina nor Maurice had anything to do with that, and he was willing to stick to that lie to the end of the earth. He was
But it's
willing to know
like,
you're making a mistake.
sir, you wanted to
No,
stick to that
you're making a big
lie.
mistake.
You're making a huge mistake. You want to
Yes.
stick to that lie. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, it's not like you did it solo. There were people here and they literally turned on your ass. So you could have actually turned on the people who you coerced to get here if you was going to be a snake about it. Why did you reach for the biggest, hardest fucking story to tell and the two victims depending on, like, it just, the lights are on, but nobody's home.
Ain't nobody home. He deserves whatever he get, and he could take. Now I'm sorry, like I said, I wasn't trying to send nobody to hell, but Logan and Q can go to hell.
Yeah,
Both of
Logan.
them
Logan, you still a
can go to
disappointment,
hell.
babes.
Logan, I was just doing my job. No, you were not, sir. Like that man said, you were trying to get a raise and a position. Period. You was doing the
Period.
trafficking with them kids because you wanted a raise. And I'm sorry, sir, your heart is not into what you're doing. Maybe you need to find a new profession. Because the fact that you were willing, not just you were doing your job, you were willing to put innocent people in prison all for the sake of a position. No, sir.
Mm-mm.
No, sir. And
It's
I
giving
think that
goofy as
I'm
hell.
still curious, huh?
It's giving goofy as hell.
It's giving goof troop because I was so like I'm still inquisitive about why was he so gung ho on Sabrina. Like he didn't have that type of heart on for Maurice, but it was for like Sabrina. I know you did it. I know you were the mastermind. Sabrina,
Like, why do you know I did it? Because I'm cute? Because I look like a boss?
like what did she do that made you think that? And I guess we'll never find that out. But it was just so. I hope he gone too. I hope he gone too.
So much is just wrong about the whole Logan introduction and honestly the exit, but I'm glad for the exit because even when you think about, like, did you just randomly lose all your interest in Danny? Like, you were
Right.
pursuing her heavy and then all of a sudden the only thing matters is putting Sabrina Hollis under the jail. Like, she
That's
got to
it.
go. We got to get her up
That's
off the
it.
streets.
And then when I think about initially, he told Danny like, you might want to tell your friend she need to get a lawyer. You weren't gung ho. You were trying to help her out,
Mm-hmm.
or it appeared in the beginning.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, it went from that to you were just so eager and just like incredibly anxious to put this woman in prison. So I'm like, yeah, you can go. You can go, Logan.
See you next
Never
lifetime,
gonna see
buddy.
you
Not
again.
really.
Yeah.
Because F you for real. Do we got anybody else on the periphery? I mean, Loki's Zatima is on the periphery this episode. We got the very bare minimum of them. So, like, you want to go there
And I'm
next?
so happy. Yeah, let's go. Let's go ahead and go. Let's, let's go ahead and go there.
Why are you so happy, Allie?
Cause I'm being tired of them. This girl, I pinned it in my review. She said if Tyler, she said I'm so sick and tired of Tyler putting Fatima and Zach in cobalt blue. You've
I
already
saw
done.
the
When I
comment.
tell you, I hollered.
It was funny.
I holler, and I guess for
She
me,
said, "Why they gotta
why I
be
said
in
I'm sick of them.
matching suits all the damn time?"
Matching suits, matching suits, and like, but my thing is that because I think I've just gotten to a point where I'm so sick and tired of Fatima not having a storyline.
Mm.
And everything that she does is to accompany Zach. It's to ride shotgun with Zach. It's to be in the passenger side with Zach. Like, what's going on with you, my good sis?
Yeah.
What's going on with you? And I think like the whole scene for me was just so. For me, it appears that when Tyler writes their scenes, everything is just so conveniently set up. Why
Mm-hmm.
the hell is Fatima and Zach just chilling out by the car? You so concerned about your son, but you and your fiance are chilling outside the car. For what?
For
Made not a bit of
one,
sense.
We
Then the
need to
neighbor
know.
comes. Yeah, she got men coming in and out her house all the time. And if Fatima, well, did you call protective services? Because she's sleeping with different men. That equates for you to call protective service. I'm just lost on that. If I'm having sex with Tom, Dick, and Harry, that's my business. You
Mm.
gonna call protective services on me because I'm getting different penises every other day? Stay out my business, ma'am.
You in my business. Don't do
Stay out
that.
my business. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. But and for me, I felt like this was a small step into destroying Heather's reputation,
Mm.
her character, assassinating her for being promiscuous. I just feel like it's pissing me off because Zach stuck his penis in half of Atlanta.
Okay.
But you mad? You trying to take this girl's son away because she's having sex with different men? Like, that's the part I don't like. Like, we're not gonna act like people don't have different partners or sexual partners or things of that nature. People do. Is it this? Like, I'm I'm trying to do better, but I know I'm gonna be cursing a lot. I'm trying not to because I hate that women, especially, have to be degraded and downplayed
Mm.
and ridiculed and have their character assassinated for Zach to be elevated. I'm just tired of it. And it don't matter. Tyler Perry is like I don't want to. He ain't God, but like the Bible say, God have no respect to person. Tyler don't have no respect to person. He has even jacked up Fatima for Zach.
Mm.
It don't
Mm-hmm.
matter. It don't matter the woman. Zach is gonna be propped up and elevated. Don't matter who get it. And I can't stand that. I really can't. But
Yeah. So before I chime in, y'all, correct me because I'm a little bit confuddled.
okay,
Was that the same man from before?
I don't believe so.
I don't think it was either. So I really feel like that scene was just a lazy way of him being able to explain that because maybe they had only booked old boy, the boyfriend, for a hot second. And I'm just like, is every boyfriend beating on a boy? Because
Correct.
what the hell? And then now that would provide, like, did you call, like, whatever services? Like, I feel like it was just a really poorly strung together thing. For me, I
It
felt like it
was.
was less about her sleeping with a bunch of men, but, like, all of the men that she engaged with are abusive. And now this is a completely
Yeah.
different phase. And I was just like, I don't think he looks like the man when he opened the door, but then he kept screaming, "Who are you? Who are you?" I'm like, okay, this is not the man. But then also, what the
Yeah,
hell are
that
you doing
one.
here, sir? What is going on? Now, we're going to talk about later why Tyler hired some woman to play this boy screaming. Because I swear I thought it was Heather screaming.
My issue is this. Okay, we heard the baby screaming. So when Zach came up there and he opened the door or whatever, and the dude closed the door, 2.5 seconds later we heard the baby screaming again. What did the man possibly do?
Mm.
Besides close the door and turn his back. That's all he had time to do. What is this child screaming for? Is he screaming because he actually is getting abused? Is he screaming because he wants his mother? Because we know that he's developmentally delayed. What exactly is he screaming for? And you result to just Lord, you know how I feel about violence, but I'm sorry. I want somebody to beat the hell out of Zach.
He is getting too
Because
many licks off.
what girl? Like, so you just gonna walk in this house and beat this dude ass like that? I said, baby, grab that playpen and knock the hell out of Zach. Why? Like, and what? Because I guess I just feel like, don't get me wrong, it's some Billy badasses out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people got them hands, but as always, people don't get no licks on you.
Yeah.
I think Aaron may have gotten 2 or 3, but other than that, like you just
But
run
that
here
was after
beating
he has already,
everybody
like,
in
swung on Aaron, like, 3 to 6 times.
multiple
Like,
times.
Aaron
Yeah,
literally has been nonviolence, and it wasn't until Steam Plant when he had finally got everything that he damn wanted, and Zach came interrupted it. That Aaron said, "All right, that nonviolence, I'm about to beat your ass in
right,
here."
right.
So even that, it's like you have already gotten so many licks off on Aaron. Tyler does position Zach to just win. It's so wild. I gotta release it. I'm still editing it, y'all, and I'm sorry it took forever. It's taking forever, but we did a reply to Twitter Spaces. And now that I really think about it, and when Duval was talking about how nobody gives Zach grace, I'm like, Tyler gives you all the grace. He was comparing his character to Gary's character. And I'm like, you, out of everybody, basically get unscathed. You get these circumstances that are unfortunate and are like stereotypical of black men that can't get their life together, but you get none of the consequences that usually come with them. Like, you don't ever have to really feel no consequences. The most we really had to see Zach feel is his mama dying. And then even that was cushioned by Fatima.
Correct.
So I don't
and
know.
Then where was Michael?
Huh?
No, go ahead, finish your thought. I was saying something else.
No, like, going back to the scene, I didn't go to this place, but now when you really sit and think about it, it's like Velma, I think, said, the boy is nonverbal, but he's screaming. Okay, cool. He might be screaming, but is this a regular thing? Does he scream every night at this time and this time? Is he afraid of the dark? Is it like, there's so many things. Like, he's already a special needs kid, and we're jumping to the idea that, oh, he is definitely being abused, but we don't actually know that. I mean, we got these thugs around him. Okay, cool. But, like, let's take a beat. And I think that this points to, I mentioned this, I think, in my breakdown video or my preview video for last week. Oh, no, my preview video for this week's episode, I said, like, it's one thing to protect your son and to be the guy that's going to do what you got to do. But Zach is projecting a lot. And to me, it's like, are you going to use the therapy that you have received or are you not? Because you cannot barrel through life getting triggered, feeling certain things from your past, and then thinking that you get to act however the hell you want to act, while also claiming to be self-aware and to be in therapy and to be trying to do better.
I agree with that because, like I said, I feel like, excuse me, to just jump to the conclusion of he's getting abused. Like I said, that man closed that door. 2.5 seconds later, Zach was busting through the door, and you proceeded to beat this man ass. I didn't even see Michael.
Michael was nowhere to be found.
Where was he at? So now it's like, okay, was he in his room? Like you said, was he afraid of the dark? Was there a loud noise that triggered him? Was he missing his mom? Was he like, what is it? And I think to just jump to that, like Michael is getting abused, and for you to beat that dude like that, and it's like you stated, we're supposed to believe that Zach is getting all this therapy, which I believe you only have been to 1 45-minute session, my dude.
Me too.
I think you've only been to one session. And at some points you want to act like you're a pro at this, but then you have a moment like this where the baby screaming, you beating somebody's ass. You don't need to have a child, sir. Leave that baby with his mama, because no, you at the park and Michael screamed, you gonna go beat somebody's ass or the child is like, no, that was too much. That was entirely too much for me.
And that's the thing. Demetria Richburg, I think it says the neighbor said he's always being beat. I thought, okay, cool. But we have a bunch of circumstantial ass evidence. And if we took this to the judge, we would be like, the case would get thrown out because we can't prosecute with this. The neighbor who I'm assuming is on welfare, that's too damn nosy and clearly don't like Heather. She said,
right.
Okay, cool. The neighbor who probably ain't had none in about 30 years, so she mad that Heather can pick and choose, like it's Baskin Robbins, 21 flavors, 31 flavors. The neighbor said, because I can understand that if the lady actually been in the house and has a little bit more closeness or something like that, but she was sitting up in her damn window, and you can't just take people's word for a lot of things. And then on top of that, Zach has actually seen Michael. Aside from him being outside by himself on that damn big wheel, did y'all see marks and scars and bruises for him to be have been consistently beat?
Now, to what Zach said specifically in this episode, because we some detectives right now. Zach said, that's the same dude who was up there yesterday? Okay. That means you saw Michael the day before. And going back to what you just said, Erica, you saw your son. You laid eyes on your son. You saw your son when he was outside playing by himself, and you saw your son when you walked your happy behind into Heather's apartment. Did you see any bruises? Did you see any scratches? Did you see anything that made you believe that Michael was being physically abused? Because if you did, you a piss poor ass of a father. Because ain't no way in hell I'm gonna leave my son there and I'm seeing bruises and how did he get that? What's on his eye? How did he get that cut? You didn't ask those questions. So obviously there was nothing going on with Michael physically that made you believe he was getting abused. Nothing. Now all of a sudden Michael is getting abused. Like I just and then go back to what you said earlier. Things are just being poorly executed. These storylines, these things that's popping up, it's like you want us to think a certain way, but then when you put it together, it's just not making sense. Because if, like you said, if I'm an investigator, you say, "Oh, I feel this baby is getting abused," or the neighbor, whatever she says, is not gonna hold up in court. You don't have proof.
At
He's nonverbal.
all. And then
There's nothing on his body.
going back to the damn unreliable ass neighbor who said that she has been calling CPS. Michael has been alive for 3 years. You've been calling CPS. Let's say that you only been calling CPS for a year and they ain't take him yet. The damn neighbor is probably in the CPS system as a liar. Because they're coming there and they're not seeing no bruises. They might see a dirty little house, but they see that he's special needs. He could be autistic, but he's not like Tyler giving us some things. It might be horribly executed, but he's giving us some things, and like we can't always, and y'all know this, take what is right at the surface level and just kind of like run with it. She didn't call CPS 60 times and they ain't take the baby yet. There's something might be wrong with the lady.
Okay. Something wrong with her. You just happen to be outside. Zach and Fatima was outside. Nah, something wrong with her.
Velma Young says, "Girl, that noise came from the TV." Why should be something like that? I swear it sounded like a woman to me. Like it was so high pitched. I'm like, what?
That's a great point, Velma. You might be right, sis. Period. I can rock with that.
Cookie from the Shy says Zach tends to react before he thinks.
Sure do. I'm gonna get on Fatima.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get on her then.
It's hard to believe that Tyler smoked a little bit before he wrote this episode. Or a lot. I'm trying to process in my mind. How do you feel bad for setting what's the girl name? Tamara up with Hayden? Because you were just trying to get her to have sex with him because you wanted her to take the itch off or whatever. Leave you alone, stay out your business. But I didn't know he was going to do that. Like, I didn't want to go that far. But 5 seconds prior, you felt that by Hayden bothering you and Zach, his life deserved to be taken. You didn't feel that was going too far. But you felt like Tamara went too far by marrying Hayden. Sis, what in all the hell? I was like, I said, did Fatima just say what I think she said? Yeah, but I ain't wanting to go that far. But you wanted to kill him. And then I was waiting for Zach, but of course he didn't do it. When he was like, she said, I don't bother anybody unless they bother me first. And he was like, oh, that's cap. Then he brought up Hayden. And I thought he was going to bring up Karen. But he didn't. I was like, that would have been a good segue to bring her up. But, you know, he didn't do that. Because I'm like, nah, sis,
why would he do that when they too busy trying to, like, make this narrative stick of, like, the good thing that they got? Their perfect union.
Yeah, they were this good thing. Why he trying to mess up this good thing that we got?
He's not going to bring up the actual evidence that shows that, like, yeah.
No, it's not. God said when he created the world, it was good. You're not good. You're not good. But that thing did get out here.
Mess up this good thing. I can't, but go ahead, girl.
I said, baby, if that don't sound like the number one excuse or reason that toxic ass men give they woman.
Literally. This the number one. I mean, this is the good thing you got, Zach, because you got it good, brother.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I don't know if this happened last episode. If it did, if it didn't, because I think I may be mixing some stuff up. But I think this was the second time that Zach told Fatima, basically, if the shoe was on the other foot, he don't think he would be able to be around.
That was
Did he
last
say something like
episode.
that? That was
Last
that
episode.
episode. And I'm just like, Fatima, you know, the fact that he said this more than once, you might want to put that in your memory bank, my good sis. Because he has already, I think the first time he did it was when old boy, Fatima played that joke on him, when old boy showed up to the house saying he was her baby daddy. And then now, with all this stuff going on, you a special person because I don't think it could be me. If my man were to tell me something like that, and you right, man, it won't be you. So we need to reevaluate this relationship because basically what I get from that is that you won't have patience in the time of that I may disappoint you or that I may do something outside the parameter of what you feel I should be doing. You won't extend that same grace and patience to me that I've given to you. That's what I get from that.
Nope.
So I'm like, Fatima, I'm just saying,
She's
sis.
in a delusional
Man.
place, and y'all want to call Karen delusional all you like. Karen and Fatima are delusional because Fatima is deluding herself to think that on any day of any week, of any month, of any year, Zachary Taylor would do the same things that she has done for him for her. It ain't happening, honey. He don't even have the capacity to come up with the solutions that you come up with. As crazy as they are.
Yeah. Yeah. As crazy as they are. Mm.
What Shaquasia said Fatima don't make no sense most of the time. I think that that's a big part of it, Ellie. Like last week we talked about me really just trying to unpack
Yeah.
my disappointment and like I guess it like landing on me. I think that that's the next step in my like process in like healing. It's like realizing, damn, she might not have made no sense this whole fucking time. I was just probably wishing the best and like since we got a
You know how
polish.
you know how I feel.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about it.
That conversation in the car, I'm just like, Fatima, you're full of it. Because, like you said, you were guilty to set him up to get married, but you're not guilty to kill him. And then also you position it as a fucking lie. You feel guilty because you feel like there's more to it, and now Tamara is off the reservation and you don't have her thumb on her neck or whatever because you didn't want to pay her ass and you wanted to flex your my cousin muscle so much.
My cousin.
And you worried about it coming back on you. You're not worried about that boy being married to a woman that don't love him because you position it to Zach and you didn't tell him the truth of like you did not set him up in that way. Like you made it seem like, oh, I told Hayden to talk to this girl and now she coming at him for his money. No, you didn't tell Hayden shit. You set him up for real, like an op. But you want to sit in this car and play like it was just something nice between friends because he just needed to take the edge off. Girl, you wanted to break him. Yeah. That was literally the mission, to break his ass.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too, because I know a lot of people, and I know when I go and look at some of these Facebook groups or Twitter or whatever, I want to see how many people will actually bring up that point. Because when Fatima was talking, I was like, why are you trying to make it seem like you were doing Hayden a favor? You specifically you told your cousin, you like to talk about your cousin so much, you told your cousin that you needed the best gold digger that she had. That's what you said because you knew what your plan was. It made me, and that's why I was like, I couldn't accept her apology because it was filled with deceit. And I'm noticing, Fatima, you just be lying.
She just be
but
lying.
you try to pick this shit up and put a bow on it because to tell, I think I did something. Well, I set him up with somebody. No, I called Madam and told her that I needed a gold digger because I wanted somebody to wreak havoc in Hayden's life. That's the truth. And I'm trying to understand that was your whole intent But marrying is taking it too far. And then with Zach, when he was like, well, how long has he known her? 2 weeks. Damn, he thirsty like that. My dude, you forget how long you knew Fatima? You forget how long Fatima knew you before she bailed your ass out of jail
And
and
busted
wasted
wide open on her
$5,000?
couch.
2 weeks. Y'all was practically a couple living together. She had gave you the key to the company van. 2 weeks hadn't even passed yet, bro. So don't come for Hayden, and don't make me take up for Hayden. But I got to. Don't come for him talking about he thirsty. He
2 weeks hadn't even passed yet before Fatima was competing in the Zach Special Olympics to prove how she could be a ride or die and how he don't have to bring much of damn nothing to the table.
Okay. Okay. Did they get married off camera?
Oh yeah, Mimi
Oh,
Loves Peace asks. I think that she's asking about, or they're asking about, Zach and Fatima because he keeps saying my wife. I don't think they got married. I think that he just is
they
trying to
got
get
married.
comfortable with saying it. And low key, see, this is where it gets a little tricky because I know people are gonna pick this apart, and I'm trying to get better about that too, like self editing before I say
Sis, sis,
something.
I'm so curious. What you about to say?
It could be a good thing if y'all are on the same accord and y'all lives are actually aligned and you start using my wife. But like, honestly, for the most part, when it's used, especially by people like Zach, it's emotional terrorism. It really is. Like, she has already showed concerns about marrying you. She's already said that she wanted to pump the brakes a little bit. And now you're running around here talking about my wife, my wife, my wife, my wife, my wife. It's like low-key brainwashing. It's emotional manipulation, in my opinion. That's all I see. I don't feel any fuzzy, warm feelings when he says it. I understood it to a certain extent when the hospital scene came up about his mama, but to still keep using it out here in the regular world, it's just you trying to make sure that she comes down that damn aisle with your ass, and you have yet to fix all the things that you need to fix before she needs to walk down that damn aisle with your ass. And also, we're not going to pretend like we at a level that we not at yet if your ass have not achieved the things that need to happen at this level. Enough. We're done. We're not giving men babies. We're not giving men wife treatment. We're not giving men things that they have yet to earn and or deserve.
Okay.
And I know y'all gonna have an attitude about it. All of the team of people, they're gonna be like, Erica, just a hater. No, I want better for Fatima. Period. Pooh.
And giving a shout out to Tiff Jones because she said, better yet, got pregnant 7 weeks later. but Hayden thirsty, yeah. You know this man, yeah, 7 weeks and you already pregnant. So don't do that. Don't do Hayden.
Not too much.
Don't do Hayden. Yes, Tiff Jones says he only says it in times of distress, never in intimate moments between them. Absolutely.
Ooh.
And I feel like you felt, Erica, with the whole emotional manipulation. Because even at the hospital, because it was such a sensitive time, I felt that if Zach would have said, this is my fiance, I think that the nurse would have, or whoever I think it was the building, or whoever it was at the time, would have had some type of compassion and talked to Fatima. But you labeled Fatima as your wife because y'all was already in a questionable place in y'all relationship. And I think, to me, whether Fatima showed it or not, I think having that stamp of wife made her feel a certain way. Because it was like after that happened, it was like everything that Zach did, said, displayed, all of that just went out the window as if it never existed. Why? Because I'm wife now. And that's how you have been presented, as you stated, when you in certain moments, but never when it's intimate settings, never when it's a intimate conversation. It's only done to outside people, not when it's just those two. So that was a great point.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Great point.
And
Girl,
also,
who
y'all
next?
asses are 6-7 weeks in, so Hayden getting married after 2 and you getting married after 6 or 7 ain't much goddamn difference. But Allie already made that point, so I'm gonna keep it pushing.
That's good.
Is that it for frickin' frack?
Please, I think so. I think so. Because after that, after he beat the dude, they just left. And then my thing is, you beat the dude and then y'all leave?
Oh, Tyler gonna
What
put
sense did
Michael in the
that
back of
make?
that car because he's also gonna be at the house, right?
I believe so. But it's like, when did you get him? You walked back in the house and got him?
Unless it happens again, something else happens and they don't take him this time. Because what I'm thinking about is the scene where, Fatima is holding Michael at the duplex.
Yeah,
But that might not be next
yeah.
week's episode. It could be another episode.
It
Tyler.
might be. I think it
Tyler.
might be, child. So who we got next? Andy in front of Karen house.
Let's go ahead and talk about Andrea.
Be out. That's the editing because I'm trying not to call it a whole word. She's a Bia, a major one. So we get to Karen Mott's apartment.
Andrea, when I
Andy
catch you, Andrea. When I catch you, Andrea.
is on
That's the
site.
energy I got for her. Ricky, when I
It's on
catch you,
site.
Ricky. When I catch you, Ricky.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Rockabye baby. But so Andy is in front of Karen's apartment. She's waiting for Danny because she's so fearful of going into Karen's house by herself. So of course, Danny got the drinks in her purse that she stole from a job. So Karen
Oh, well,
hears everybody.
Pause. She got
What
the drinks
happened?
in her purse that Andrea partakes in every now and again, but she's always going to shame Danny first because that's a little bit beneath her. But
Always.
also, she ain't take one this time, but she has taken one or two before. But you want to look down on
Hmm.
it. Yes, we clocking every bit of your classism moving forward, honey.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I
Allie.
owe all of it. So Karen opens the door because she hears them talking about her. And they go in. So no, because Andy prefaced them about what happened at the law firms. They go in the house, and I'm just on this whole. Well, okay, I'll wait to that. I'll get to that in a minute. I actually didn't have a problem. I did listen to your review. Um, I didn't have a problem initially with with Danny asking about um Zach being the dad. But when I looked at this scene in its entirety, and even though I did like some of the stuff that Danny said, it's the whole. You know how you could ask a question for understanding, or you can pose a question drenched in doubt, and that's the energy that Danny was giving. So when I saw, I was like, oh, hell, no, sis, I'm not feeling how you doing this. I'm not liking how you doing this. And the thing that gets me about Danny that pisses me off is because the episode where Zach was hugging all on Karen in front of the salon, she was making points of, yeah, I saw, girl, I saw how he
You
was hugging
literally
you.
hyped it up.
Thank you.
You literally hyped it up. I screamed.
Literally.
I said, you want to
Literally.
play like she's fucking crazy, but you were the one egging this whole conversation on, and she didn't even want to talk about it with you. She was trying to wait to talk about it with her best friend, Andy, but you wouldn't let that go?
Yeah.
Daniela, go to hell real quick. Now, you did make some great
Yeah.
points, but my biggest thing, and I don't know if I got that across correctly in my review or my preview, because my issue is not that you can't be real with your friends, it's that you need to be always intentional. And I felt like her
Yeah.
energies was not actually genuine and she wasn't being intentional with it. And then on top of that, you say what you say, and there's nothing wrong with it when you think about it if you don't have the context of like who you are as a person still navigating it. But then the very next follow-up after you say, well, I'm gonna be always real, if you gonna have me around and make sure you know I'm gonna say it real, and then you get to talking about your little situationship that you think is a relationship, and ain't nobody bringing up the ring. Ain't nobody bringing up how your drunk ass had us down a steam plant trying to get you off of Preston's ass.
Yep.
That's the stuff I can't respect. That's the stuff I'm not going to ever rock with because Daniela, please. If we counting coochie coupons, if we counting dumbass decisions, if we keeping it real about all of our missteps, then own your
Yeah.
There is not one friend of mine who is ever going to come to me as a woman, keeping it real, but also can't ever be honest about themselves. Now, they're not going to always be honest about themselves, but I have yet to see Daniela actually be honest about her circumstances. She wants to moan about, oh, I'm the fat friend. I'm the ugly friend. Y'all don't respect me. Y'all don't do this. What do you do, girl? Because while all of that could be very real criticism, you also don't make it easy or helpful or even possible most times, because you don't even let these bitches actually see you to do half of the stuff. So Daniela, hell to the no, go to hell real quick with your reality that everybody else have to live in, and you could be a spokesperson to. Meanwhile, your life is a fucked up fantasy at that, because it's not even a great one.
Come on.
Sorry, but Daniela was in for me today. I felt like I actually, while I was watching, some of the words she said, I was like, this is the next line, and it came out, and I was like, okay, I would have wrote that. But then to like follow it up, and like you said, when you look at the scene in its entirety, somebody else should have said it. Sabrina should have been the one to say it, because Daniela can't stand on these words.
Yeah. Those are, and you said something in your review that I used to get a lot of flack when I started reviewing Sistas in I think I started in season 2. Because I used to always say that me and Danny have a love-hate relationship. Danny is the sister that I had to actually grow to like. Because I couldn't stand her. Like, I could not stand Danny at all, because I felt like you're that friend that's not really a friend. Like, you're that friend, especially with the dynamic between her and Karen. Like, it's something there. I don't know if it will ever be addressed. I don't know if we actually know what the issue is. But I'm like, it's something with their dynamic. And I think because maybe they're both considered the headstrong ones in the group. But I'm like, Danny does things that is truly just disrespectful. And I was like, because I think she did, so I can't remember it was this season. And I was like, could I really be Danny's friend? I don't think I could.
I don't think I would have made it back after she was acting like she slept with Zach. I don't know if I would have made it back after that, honestly.
I would have, no, it wouldn't have been that. It wouldn't have been. And I think people, even though Karen isn't aware that happened, as the audience, we know. It is like, you let this grind on you until he nutted, till he ejaculated.
Oh, well, she's not aware of like what actually happened. But Daniela like literally was trying to use that as a weapon, like to even tell me that of like, yeah, I had him.
Of Zach. Yeah, and it's like, what kind of message is that to say to your friend, your sister, No, I that scene for me, I just feel like at the end of the day, Karen, hold on to Sabrina.
Please, hold on tight.
Because that's about all you got, sis. That's about all you got.
The crazy thing is, I want to go ahead and insert this here, because I don't want it to be misconstrued, even though people will misunderstand you and be committed to doing so. So if your ass is still confused, then that's on you, babes. But I don't want it to be misconstrued in that I think that they should just have perfect friendships, because that's not the case. I've been rewatching Girlfriends, and like I'm working on content to talk about Girlfriends specifically, because even my homegirl, we went on a hike on Saturday, and she was like, Girlfriends is just so problematic. And a lot of people feel that way. Like, they feel really strongly. And I'm like, actually not. Each episode of Girlfriends tackled different themes. And what I appreciate and loved about those girls, yes, Tony tried to sleep with Joan's man. Yes, Tony bitch slapped Joan all up and through Jamaica. But there were consequences to it. We got to watch Joan run from the codependency that she's having with Tony all the way to the point that she gets to therapy and gets pushed just far enough to actually break it off. And we get to see the break off. So much so that it's not until Tony takes her ass to church and finds Jesus that we even get to start the recovery back. And then even that, they after that moment, for the next season, they were constantly addressing, like, I know I'm not this, and I know I got a lot of work to do. I know I got to do this. I know I'm this. And that's what it's about for me. These girlfriends are shitty friends, and we're not actually see them working to be better friends or people. So, like, what am I here for? Because I'm here for the growth. I'm here to see some that I did to one of my homegirls and be like, oh, damn, that's what that looks like. Okay, let me go ahead and fix that. I'm here to see some shit that might have been done to me and be like, that's why I feel the way that I do. I'm right for feeling a way. Let me check that. That's what we have the power to do as filmmakers, as storytellers, as people who are upfront in media and creating this stuff for people to consume. And I get it. You need to create content and push it out and keep this money flowing. But also, like, let's service our people, Mr. Perry. At this point, let's service our people. If we're not going to have these girls working to be better friends, then do something else.
Do something else, yeah. And I think with girlfriends, I think that was a great point that you said, because even going back to Joan and Tony, we find out in their situation or whatever, this has been going on since childhood. They met when they were kids, and Tony and Joan has always felt the need to cover or Tony in her mess because she knew what her home life was. Mom is an alcoholic. Your home life ain't all of that. So you acting bigger and having this big personality, I'm gonna let you have that because I know the deficit that you have in your home. So we have
I low-key want to be you.
And want to be you. And want to be you. So whatever I feel, whatever attributes I have, I'm going to accentuate them because that's all I got. That's all. So I think even with that, we knew the background, the foundation, and we could see the growth as you stated in that show. Sistas is one of those shows where every other episode I'm looking, I'm like, these people ain't really friends. They are not really friends. And even with Sabrina, I love the fact that she even asked Karen, like, do you want to talk about this?
Loved it down. Cause that's all I'm talking about, y'all. When I'm hollering about intention and genuineness, that's what that looks like. No, they do not have to run up under Karen, wiping her ass, saying, girl, you were great. You almost bust a cap in that. Yes, we love. Nobody is saying that. Nobody. But understand that there are other things at work, and people aren't just out here crazy for fucking crazy's sake. People are navigating things in life that, especially if it's happening for the first time, motherhood for the first time at your age, you're navigating emotions, hormones, losing this, almost dying, seeing somebody, like you're navigating all of this stuff that happens in your head. And I don't know about y'all, but plenty of things happen in my head on any given day. And I might respond differently on Tuesday than I do on Wednesday, depending on what happened the mornings of those things. And it's not everybody's responsibility or everybody's problem, but I would think it's my friend's job to consider that the same way that I consider that. I have friends right now that are going through very specific life events. And some of them, I feel like, are actually helping that life event to whip their ass. But I also realize that one or two of them, this ain't the time to tell them that they actually are sabotaging themselves, because you also have to respect your friend's journey and understand that they're people, and try your best with the most genuine, if you are really friends. And again, this only applies if your ass is really friends. Move with the best intention and the best interest of your friend. Sabrina asking, do you want to talk about this? Is exactly that. And it's so simple, at least to me. Because fact of the matter is, ain't no damn fire. If she said no, they don't have to talk about it right now. She is completely calm. And even if she was going back up the damn law firm tomorrow, that's a problem for tomorrow. At this moment, I'm walking into my friend's apartment and I want to make sure that she's okay. And I want to make sure that she feels supported. And I want to see for myself if she needs anything. None of those three things need for her to tell me about her goddamn day today. Not a one. But that's how you move when you're an intentional friend. That's how you move when you're a genuinely good person and you're not concerned about the damn mess. I'm sorry I got on my soapbox, Allie, but you hit it. You hit it on the head with that one.
No, no, no. I think it's important. I think it's important. And 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 I think it's No, and I think that's what I think for me, because to me, the foundation of this show was friendship, was sisterhood. That's what it was about, and we have gotten so far away from that. And somebody, who was it? Um, was it Mimi Low Space? I don't know who it was that. It may have been you, Mimi Love Space. If it was you, let me know. I think it was. But basically, she was asking. I'm summing it up, but it's like, and I have felt this way. Basically, like, do you believe that Danny finds pleasure when Karen is going through something traumatic?
Mm.
And I felt that way when, especially, um, after when Andy was giving Gary back the money and they met at the bank, and she was telling the girls about how Zach pushed her or Zach did something, and Danny's response was, "Oh, so now Zach beating you?" And it was
Mm-hmm.
like, wait a minute, your friend just told you about her experience with Zach, and that was your response. So for me, it has always been very challenging for me to feel like Danny genuinely loves Karen as a friend, because I understand you being the comedic relief. I understand you being smart mouth and all of that, but you come off so disrespectful towards this person. It's like, what is the issue? Honestly, what is the issue? You brag about keeping it real, and don't have me around if you don't want 100. But when people offer you 100, you can't take it. You
Mm-hmm.
can't accept it. And then you get mad and try to hurt them even more. That's why when they had their intervention with Danny, I had an issue with that, because I'm like, your intent was to hurt them. Their intent was not to hurt you. Their intent was say, "Hey, Danny, I see what's going." Except maybe for Andy, but Sabrina and Karen showed up with the purest intentions. And even though you may have been speaking facts to them, that wasn't the time to do that, and your intent was jacked up.
Your
Your motive
intentions
was
was
not pure.
jacked
So
up.
with Danny, yes. So it's like with Danny, it's like, nah, sis. It's hard for me to really rock with her. And then with Andy,
Well, real quick before,
I
don't lose your
know.
thought. Don't lose your thought on Andy, because
Okay,
I want to
okay.
go back to Danny real quick. For me, the most frustrating thing about it is like the bones are there for some of these things to go so much deeper and to be in line with what a girlfriend's is. Like, I was watching, well, I also thought this, I think, when I did my preview video, but like, Danny, do you resent Karen? Do you resent that love, even if it was toxic, it was consistent? Do you resent her because she's the smallest one in your group? Do you resent her because maybe you can't be a lawyer, but you damn sure feel like you could be a hairdresser, but you're working down at the airport? Do you like, and not that these things are okay, but they happen. Women find themselves in friend groups with women who want to be them, are jealous of them, who are getting closer only because they want what they have but don't actually like the person. And that, I'm not saying that it's cool, but Tyler explored that. It would make so much sense, so much more sense when she does certain things like this. And you're saying, well, I'm going to always keep it real, because it feels like you keep it realer with Karen than you do anybody else. The realness that you give to Sabrina is pretty much always fabricated based off of your own biases and low key your biphobia maybe, but
Mhm.
that ain't
Mhm.
nothing. Andy, you shuck and jive, and you don't say much of nothing about. You said things here or there, but she almost died behind this man a few times.
Yeah. A few times.
But when it comes
But
to
as long as
Karen,
Danny,
it gotta be real rap raw at all times. But we can consider Andy's feelings, and we can keep the jokes rolling when it comes to Sabrina.
yeah.
What is it, Daniela? Do you have an issue with Karen? And if you do, please lay it bare. And you ain't got to do it to Karen, but tell Sabrina, tell somebody, like, open Daniela up so that we can understand what the hell is happening on the inside, because this surface level bullshit is not serving her and it's making her unlikable.
Yeah. Yeah. When Tay Talk brought up, what's up, sis? Brought up a good point about the conversation that Danny and Zach had about how Zach wanted Danny first, and then Danny pushed him on to Karen. So but going back to the thing that you were stating, do you resent Karen? because you pushed Zach off on her and
Because you
you
thought you could
wanted,
never get a man like Zach that looked like Zach, so you went ahead and
or
set
maybe,
him up with the
yeah,
friend
or
that
maybe,
looked like
yeah,
what he would want.
or maybe you felt like Zach was just playing with you and he really didn't like you, so I'm gonna just school him over to my friend, even though Tyler changed the whole dynamic as to how that happened, but I'm gonna just stick with that one. Um, do you resent her for that? So it's something going on that, because I remember it was one episode, then it was like, I just love the way that you love Karen, and I said, girl, you don't like Karen then. If you telling Zach, I love the way, I think it was like in the first or second season, first season, I love the way you love Karen. So I'm like, so you like a man who dog your friend out, give her STDs, you love the way he loves her? Really? You want to be loved like that,
I
Daniel?
think she loves the idea of somebody being there no matter what.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Because when you ain't
Danny,
getting nothing, even toxic drag your ass through the mud love look like something.
it looked like something. That 80-20. Yeah.
And again, it's not okay, but for me, that's okay. Like, tell a story of the girl that's experiencing that, because it's still happening. It's happening every day, B.
It happens. It definitely happens. It do.
I had a supposed homegirl go on a date with my ex, and I was just like, bitch, you met him through me.
Wow.
And I didn't get into it in reference to the details of it or whatever. And
Yeah.
a supposed family member is the one who like set that up.
Girl, stop,
And
girl.
not like blood family member, but like we grew up on the same block, so we damn near cousins, but we all kicked
That's
it. Like,
it. Yeah,
okay, cool.
yeah.
So like that set that up, but like this is also the girl who always thought that she was ugly. This is the girl
Mm.
who just, and I'm like, okay, bet I see what this is. Cool.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
happening. Tell a bitch your story.
It's happened. Tell us. And then this was college. Now, I've done some trifling things, but I ain't gonna tell it right now. But I tell it later. But I was in college and my homegirl was messing with this dude. It was just sex. They were not like together or nothing like that. And so he lived across the hall from me. And so one day I was getting ready to go to Wendy's and he was like, oh, you could pick me up something? I was like, yeah, just give me the money. He was like, all right. He said, when you get back, he was like, I'm gonna leave my door unlocked. Just come put it on the table. So I was like, all right, bet. Now he was fine, body banging. So I get back, I put my food in my at my house. So I go, and this is like campus apartments. So I go to his room. I mean to his apartment. So I was like, I said his name. I said, it's me. I'm putting your food on the table. Girl, I heard the shower going. So he comes out with this small towel wrapped around his waist. And he was like, oh, he was like, did I get changed back? I was like, yeah, everything is in the bag. Is in the bag. And so he was like, he was like, you ain't got to go nowhere. I said, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have to go now. Cause like my friend I knew that she liked him. She liked him. Cause back in the day, I was something just wild. I would have had sex with, if my friend did not like him, I knew I would have wanted to test to see what he was working with.
You was gonna test the
I ain't gonna,
waters.
but then, oh girl, the water just glistened off his, oh God. Anyway, but I said all that to say, that would have been trifling, but it would have been a real thing. Or talk about, or bring up the storyline where I do have an attraction to your man, and I've been fighting, I've been dealing with it, but you my homegirl, and I would never cross that line. So there are things that happen all the time in the dynamic of friendships with women. Like you said, explore that, and if you're not, you need to do something else, because there is no that we have seen. There is no legitimate reason for Danny to have this type of animosity towards Karen. It just isn't. So it's something there. Bring it to the forefront with Andy. Now this was one I said, girl, the B word came out my mouth so fast before Karen called them. It just said Andy. I said God, I don't like her.
Mm.
I don't like her. And where is my apology? I want a sincere apology. I said, for what? She's apologizing to you for what? And the fact that Karen did it. And I got some people in my that DM me. They was like, this is what I mean when I talk about colorism. When I talk about
Mm.
like the way that I feel how Tyler does Karen. Because in all actuality, what is she apologizing for? And then for Andy's one of those people who claim to be a friend, you a backstabbing, just no good individual because you talking to Fatima about my business,
You literally
my
just had her
sexual history.
apologize to you because she said you're no friend to her or whatever the hell your reason is, but you also
Uh-huh.
kikied 3 hours ago with Fatima
Yes.
about her whole facts and what her man just said. What is
Yeah.
she apologizing for?
Yeah. Yeah. That pissed me off. It seemed like Andy's, I don't know, like she's gonna always be vindicated for being trash. So you gonna always be vindicated. You gonna always be, someone's gonna always be apologetic to you. You're always the victim, even though you are the one that's spewing this dissension. But it's okay because it's you. And I think that's another thing that gets me too when it comes to the sister fandom. Everything is Karen, just she delusional, she crazy, she need to leave people alone, blah blah blah. And then you see certain things with Andy, and it's like, but y'all don't see this with this character. And I always think about Denzel Washington in Remember the Titans, and he was like, I may be a mean cuss, but I'm the same mean cuss to everybody on that football field. And I think with you and I, we call out other people. Karen get called out too. It's the same across the board. She don't get no passes. And I'm like, how do people just give Andy? I don't get it. I really don't get it. But when she said, I was like, I said, Karen, you better not apologize. And then when
And
Danny,
when
I
she
would
did
like
it,
to
I
be
was
on
just
that
like,
too.
why did you apologize? And of course, Danny wants one too. You want one for what? I don't even see you, nigga. I don't talk to you. What are we? What?
Okay.
What am I apologizing to your ass for? If you get your dumb ass out my house.
Please. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And then Andy had the nerve to, I can't hear you. Well, bitch, clean your ears, because I shouldn't have said it the first time.
Okay. Facts. All y'all can go.
And for me, it's like, so Karen don't get no apologies? I ain't seen the one yet, I don't think.
I don't think
No, because everything that
no.
everybody do to Karen is justified.
It's justified. Yeah.
But Karen is never justified.
Yeah. And Andy always feels like she deserves an apology. That's gonna get me. She always feels that Karen owed her an apology. Karen owed her an apology when Karen cussed her ass out, told her to get out of her house after the steam plant. She owed Karen an apology after Karen kicked her ass out after Fatima came. You need to tell, she was on the phone with Sabrina. You need to tell her that I am a great friend, and she shouldn't have talked to me like that. I said, you right. She should have talked to your ass worse. She should have talked to you
It's
worse.
the, I want
You
a
always gonna
genuine
get punished.
apology. I want you to mean it. Bitch, you can get the apology or you can get me to say what I mean. You can't have
Period.
both.
Period. But Karen did it for me in that scene because what I do like about Karen, one of the things I like about Karen, the fact that she was able to recognize that her mood was alarming for her. She's like, I called the doctor. I'm up and down. I'm calm. I'm this. I called the doctor. I'm going in tomorrow. I appreciated that. I'm like, okay, sis, you recognize, you know, you pregnant, first time, you want to make sure everything is good with you. And another thing I like about Karen, just going into a little, this is a hit on this. She's not afraid to have the difficult or challenging conversations, and she doesn't allow too much time to lapse before it happens. Because even when Andy made the statement of how Aaron saw the test results and he knows that he's the father, she was like, how? You know, he's not. Don't worry about it. I'm going to call him. And that's one thing I really love about her character. And I think we talked about this a little bit last week, is that whether you like Karen or not, she's going to say what it is. So you either like it or you don't, but you don't have to ever be in a position of not knowing or curious about how she feels because she's going to tell you. Whether it's outwardly or whether it's in a calm manner, you're going to know. So that was the two things in that scene that I actually really enjoyed watching her character. And I like this Karen.
Me too.
Like I like
I
when she's
really
like this. I
enjoy it.
really do. It's a great thing. So I really did like
There's
it. Then
so
when she
many
was like, "Oh
levels
y'all,
to it.
yeah, she's so good." I think about this in that one scene. Everything she went through, she was very calm. She apologized. Then when they tried to get more, she was like, "Look, all y'all bitches can get out. I said what I said. I ain't saying nothing else. All right, cool." You know what I'm saying? So, like, Ebony, you're so good, dog. Like, you
Mm,
are so good. But she saved that scene for me. She
mm.
saved that scene. And we find out Andy about to go on this blind date. Danny says she's giving girlfriend energy. I'm like, girl, you really giving thought, but that's all, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Is
Because how do you?
nobody going to find the ring? When I tell you Daniela can't tell me shit until she locates that ring.
Because you messing with an engaged man, and I'm gonna stand on that. Somebody on Twitter tried to tell me, no, he been got that ring back. I said, girl, when? What
When?
episode? What
When?
episode?
And not you. Oh my God, getting hot and bothered over the fine man who's stalking you.
But you got a man supposedly. You giving girlfriend energy. But you about to go to this place because Stalker Tony gonna be there. Okay.
Before Tyler actually gave us what he gave us with Daniela, I did like her at first. I was like, oh, okay, she's the honest one. No, she's the hot ass mess. That's what she is.
I go up and down with Danny, but I tell you that I could not stand Danny. I couldn't stand her for nothing. And then there were moments, Danny, I laugh like she had me rolling like those moments. But I'm like, I don't like her. I don't like her character because I always felt like she was just harsh. Like I understand being honest and I understand keeping it 100 and I do, but I'm like I think that and truth doesn't always have to come at people in a harsh way.
Yeah.
And if being harsh is the only way that you can deliver truth, then you need to reevaluate yourself and deal with you. Because truth is not harsh. Truth is just truth. It just is.
Yep.
But yeah, that's yeah.
I agree. I'm giving Karen tens across the board this episode, the same as y'all. Miss Mamas did what needed to be done. We just love this for her. She is saving the damn show for me.
Girl.
Going to what you was talking about of like Karen is not afraid to have the hard conversations in the conversation with Aaron. I am so torn. I am so torn
I am too.
for like rooting for them to make it and like wanting them both to be able to walk away good. Aaron,
Yeah.
he's a great salesman. He sells himself beautifully, baby. Because I was buying today. Like, he was saying all the right things. Minus. You only saw the
I know you about to say
99%. You don't look for the 99% is or not. Like, how did you break into the hospital? Because I'm coming up with my own story since you don't want to run tell it about how the hell you got information that your ass was not supposed to have.
yeah.
But you mean to tell me you got so hyped and high on your goddamn horse talking about that 99% that you ain't look at the 2 words after it? Nigga, what? And then you running down the damn law firm and you running telling everybody your ass probably got a nursery at your goofy. Nope, he don't have a house. He's only at the apartment or the hotel. Like, Aaron, be fucking for real. Because to say that he only looked at the 99% and did not look at that what the 99% was indicating for status. Partly Aaron be for real, but also Tyler, stop it. But then aside from that, he was saying everything that was right and
He was.
gorgeous.
This scene was so like emotional. I got really emotional. I didn't shed tears, but I love the way I felt. Why? Because it made me feel something other than annoyance.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really made me feel because I could really feel for Aaron because this is a man who was married for 15 years and never fathered a child. get with Karen. You see that 99%. Nah, I do agree with everything you said about that 99%. You see that 99%, and you eagerly go into this place of excitement because, like, yes, I'm finally gonna have a child of my own. So you're in this, this euphoric type of place, and to get that air blown out that this is not your child. I got to give a shout out to Kevin because he played that so well because we saw him be happy, excited,
Yep.
just overjoyed. And when Karen had to present him with that truth, you saw his entire face, his entire countenance change in a manner of seconds. And he was just like, damn, God. And then for him to tell Karen, that, I told you from the beginning, I want to be here with you, whether the baby is mine or not. And I meant that. And then when I was listening to the words that Karen was speaking to him, it made me wonder, because I think like before he walked out, she was like, so I'm letting you go now. And it made me wonder, was she saying this because somewhere down the line she feel like Aaron may um what's the word I'm looking for? Renege on his commitment to her and a child that doesn't
Mm.
belong to him. Because I was wondering that because it's like, yeah, I was happy that Karen chose herself and her child and being healthy and being this independent person, but it also made me wonder, is this really what she wanted to do?
I didn't think about that, Ellie.
So that's what I was thinking. Like, is this really what she wants to do? Because I kind of got the feeling. I was like, maybe she feel when she. I didn't get the feeling until she said, "So I'm letting you go now." It's like I'd rather let you go before you walk away from me and this child. Like that's what I was getting. But that scene was just so emotional. I was like, oh my god.
I absolutely love that you see things the way that you do because it also forces me to think a little bit differently and deeper. Because when she said, I'm letting you go now, where I went to the thought of like, she could have did this before. She probably should have did this before. Like she's saying it to herself, like I should have let you go before. Like I never should have started anything with you. I wasn't in a good place. Like you approached me wrong. Like everything was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I like what you're saying because that also feels like it could be something very true too. I'm not going to allow you to get yourself in a position to commit to something that you really don't even understand what the commitment is and then let me down later on down the line because I've already started believing in you and wanting to give into this thing. And 2 seconds after I do, a bitch shows up.
Yeah.
But then also, like, to that point, though, it's like, girl, he do know what this commitment looked like. He did it already.
He did it. He did it for 15 years. Yeah. He
So
definitely
all I
knows.
still needed, like, I appreciated him begging, and I know that we are very uncomfortable with watching black men beg, but I'm not. Please give me
No,
more.
I love that scene.
Give me more. But I'm saying like society is very uncomfortable because we need to make everything
Oh yeah,
easy
yeah,
for
yeah.
men, right? We need to make everything easy for men. Give me more. All I needed him to say is to like lean into that. Lean into like, do you not love me? Like that scene could have gone for another 3 minutes.
Could have. He could have.
Because
But
I
I
also
like
need to
the.
understand, like, I don't know if it was in your comment section or mine, because, child, I swear I consume too much content on any given day. But I recall seeing somebody say, like, Karen don't owe him any explanation. And I'm
Oh, that
like,
was mine.
okay.
Yeah,
And I'm like, in
yeah.
theory, yes, cool. But the audience want to know. So can she, if she ain't going to tell his ass, can she write it down in the journal and voice over it in her head? Because I need to, what happened, girl?
Yeah. I think when and I do remember that comment. I was gonna respond to them and I didn't. 'Cause she was like, I think she said something like, "Can we just like get over the fact that or believing that Karen owes something to Aaron?" I can't remember specifically what she stated, but my thing was this: everything was on the up and up until Curly Sue popped up on the scene. So when Aaron asked when Aaron said the thing he said tonight was, does this have anything to do with that woman popping up at the salon? And Karen was like, it's everything. And I'm like, is it though, or did that trigger something in you that made you believe that Aaron is no longer trustworthy, or that Aaron is no? Because and going back to your point where you said that scene could have went on for another 3 minutes because something happened when Jennifer came up on the scene. Because initially, when Pam was like, "Girl, he out there with some woman," and she was like, "Oh, that's okay." She wasn't even paying. Didn't even care until things started getting a little rowdy. Then she walked outside, and it's like, "Oh, this woman know you is something a little bit more intimate here." Then that's when Karen was like, "I'm kind of done with you," and her attitude towards Aaron was very different. But she's kept that same attitude since that moment happened. So it made me believe that a lot of that had to do with this woman showing up because she knows what that life is like and deal with it with Zach. And maybe it started out as one woman. Then these other women started to pop up. Then these possible pregnancies starting to pop up. So it's like I don't want to go because I really do feel like her love for Aaron is very genuine. But I just believe that Karen doesn't want to go through those things again. But yeah, I was like, oh my god, this is so because it
Ooh.
felt
So
very
even with
final.
what you're saying is like what just came up for me of like tying it into like she's seen it before. Maybe she also was looking back of like I should have let Zach go. You clearly didn't want to be in a relationship. You clearly didn't want commitment. You and I held on and I tried to make this easy and I tried to do this and I tried to do that. I'm letting you go now so I don't make the same mistake of like trying to make something work that just doesn't work. Which to me, I'm saying, ooh, because then it launches us into a place where we can explore the walls that we put up connected to the trauma that we experience, and we think that we're helping ourselves and we wind up hurting ourselves. The writer in me loves that.
Oh, Karen and Aaron. I'm kind of sad, but I'm liking this too because I do want to see what this journey for Karen looks like. I do want to see
Mm.
what her being completely single looks like. I want to see what her going to the doctor, make sure she's okay. I'm sure sometime or another she gonna call Aaron because when he made that statement, just know I'm only a
A
phone
phone
call
call
away. I said,
away.
okay, so she probably gonna end up calling you before the season over with. Okay, cool. That's how we gonna do it. Gotcha. But I do want to see this journey for Karen. I think it's needed.
Yeah,
I really do. I'm excited to see it.
me too.
Don't know how long it's gonna last,
That's why
but
I said I'm
yeah.
torn because I'm like excited to see it, but I'm like I also know what they could have been. So yeah. Erica James says, "Can somebody please tell me where did Karen lie?" And
I said she
honestly,
lied.
I would love for y'all to tell my ass too, because that's one of the number one comments people who don't like her and low key don't like my ass are putting in my comment section every goddamn day. Where she lie?
I don't know who said. I don't know, but say, well, you know, she lied. She lied about what? And I always tell people, can you point me to the season and episode? What did she lie about?
If you in the chat right
I don't
now
know.
and you know or you feel like Karen lied about something, can you put it up so we can discuss it? Because I really would love at least this little tidbit so I can go ahead and address it. We can reference this moving forward to all these other goofy ass
Yes,
comments.
I would love to know what she lied about.
Kenny Ford said I wasn't an Aaron fan, but Erica converted me. Sad to see things end like that. That's real. You know I was holding out, but Vaughn converted my ass. Vaughn helped me see
Yeah,
the light.
she been a rider, and she been a rider. I have always been a rider for Aaron. All since even the jacked up moment he met Karen and that whole thing.
That's the
I
part
was
that
still
got me
riding
off
for
on the
him.
wrong foot. I was like, oh, ain't you light skinned? You said nothing. That's nothing but a word. You was nothing to me,
Oh,
nigga.
he was. I said, oh, he fine. Oh, I
The
was
moment he
smitten.
said that's why I
Okay.
date white women or that's why something with you black women, I was like, oh, you ugly as hell to me now.
Oh, I was like rude, but then when he apologized, he apologized like it's not you. I'm going through my own stuff. I could respect that, And when he got in, and of course I didn't know how the show was gonna go, because it was like the second episode of the season one. And when he got in the car, and when they introduced, he's like, let's start over again. I'm Aaron Carter, Karen, and they play like this little music. I said, oh, that's who she gonna end up with. Before I knew whatever, I felt like, oh, this is gonna be the end game, as people love to say. But I don't know. I love them together. I just always have, and always will,
I
and I
love the
still have
idea of
hope.
Aaron so much. I wish we had more men like him. Y'all got a poll going, so if you can't actually point out the lie, then at least do the poll, because I really just kind of want to put this part to bed. Like, the way that I have to see so many people talking about Karen is a liar, Karen is a liar, Karen is a liar. I really would love to address it, but those same people have nothing else to back up. Meanwhile, they want to give me their like 30-page dissertations about how they saw the whole episode play out and rewrite the episode, but then won't actually say what the damn charge is that they putting on Karen. Okay, cool.
Yeah, please. I want to know what she lied about.
If you vote yes, please, like, nobody's going to either you. I just really want to understand. So if you vote yes, then please drop in the chat what you think she lied about.
You have proof that she lied. You refresh our memories.
Angela says, I don't understand how Karen knew it's Zach's baby. I mean, that part you might not understand, because it's something also to say about things that are intangible and intuition and feelings. Like, that part you might not be able to scientifically back up. But okay, and having a connection that she's had with him, having the experiences both sexually and non-sexually that she's had with him. If something told her that that's his baby, then something told her that's his baby. Like, why is that the part that's butt hurting people so damn much? I don't understand.
This is a bad example, but it makes me think about and I ain't talking about the foolish people who come on Maury or who used to go on Maury. But when you have those people who they just know, like, I know this is his child, that I know intuitively, they just know this is the man that I'm carrying his child. And then when they do the paternity test and it comes out, that is his child. And it was like, I just knew. And speaking of that, I wanted Karen to buzz in her mouth. Is it a possibility that you were someone else? You was with someone else? And Karen said, who? I wish Karen would have said this. Who do you think I am, Andy? You?
That's what the fuck I said.
That's what she should have said. But Tyler wasn't going to write that for her to say that about his silver egg. Because Fatima the golden one. She the silver one, I guess. Because I'm like, that's exactly what I would have. Who do you think I am? You? No, ma'am. No, I'm good. Don't play me. Don't try me. Like she said, it was only those two, but I think.
But your example of, like, some people on, like, on Mari, and they feel like they know, then they feel like they know. Like, y'all want to argue that's like, so then even if she's not, it's like, because she said it, that does not make her a liar, because that's what she truly believed.
Yeah.
It's what she believed.
She believed, yeah. And that's the thing, like, a belief can be something that may not be a fact, but it's not a lie. Her belief is, or was, Zach is the father. I know he's the father, and that's what she wanted. Then now the paternity test, based on the evidence now, is showing 99% Aaron cannot be the dad. There has been no one else that Karen has had sex with other than Zach. So now she knows for certain it's his, because it's not Aaron's. And he's the only other person that I've had sex with. There hasn't been anyone else. And I think people are going to try to make all the Rico, it could be Rico baby. Well, if Karen baby can be Rico's, then Fatima baby can be Hayden. And we going to play by them rules.
Period.
So she wasn't messing with Rico at the time. It doesn't fit into the time frame of when she got pregnant. So I'm like, let's leave Rico where he at with his wife off camera.
And we're currently at 68% of people said that Karen is not lying. So the other people, where are the lies? Because y'all are not putting them in the chat. Like, how do you feel like she's a liar or she lies, and you won't tell me the lie? Tiff Jones says, I feel like this might be the love
And
story they need. Oh, what you were saying?
no, I'm saying this is so like evident of our comment section.
It really
Because
is.
like when I see people who like, I love interacting, even if we think different things. But when people just come on there and they say something like, well, Karen is a liar, I don't like, what does she lie about? Because if I say Fatima is a liar, I'm going to say, just like in episode 13, when she told Zach that she set Tamara and Hayden up, that was a lie. No, she did it because this was her intent. That was a lie. The way she was trying to make it seem was deceitful. I'm going to give you proof about why I said what I said. But
And
we get a
nobody
lot of
is
people who
scared to
just
have that
say stuff.
conversation. Like, I literally be want to have that
No.
conversation, and you want to allude to and take little snarky shots of like, yeah, you don't want to point out that she lying. I would love for you to tell me what she lying about so we can discuss it. But you don't. You just want somebody, you want to put a comment out there, Karen is a liar, and just stand on it. And it's just like, okay, how? It don't matter how. I just know it. Okay. And Karen knows she's pregnant. And she knows she's pregnant by Zach. Great.
By Zachary Ella. Let's see. Well, she was only with Zach and Aaron, and it's not Aaron's, it's Zach's. Why is no one saying why Zach? Are you saying why Zach won't get the DNA? Because Zach is a grown man. You know, you shouldn't have to be told to get a DNA. You should go do it yourself. Why you won't go do it? I'm not understanding. Fatima, you didn't even go get the DNA for Michael. Fatima had to swab the baby, which she need her ass beat. I will always stand on that. Fatima need her ass beat for that. You swabbed that baby, unbeknownst to his mother, and then you swabbed Zach. Because other than that, it wouldn't have been no DNA test. Because Zach can't handle his own affairs. All this stuff could take a DNA test. Karen got to tell you to do that. Fatima you are grown. Take your behind up there. Get your DNA test done, so we can get whatever proof you need. I don't know what else is there to say about that.
And
Probably just
quiet
a
as
judge this
kept,
thing out.
we didn't actually get to see the conversation between Karen and Aaron, but quiet as kept, I'm going off screen. Karen didn't have to ask Aaron to do that either. It probably only happened because Aaron had already done it before Karen, and it's like, well, shit, since you got it, since he down here talking to the doctors and doing all types of stuff, but now Karen got to go run after Zach for it. And regardless, y'all, the baby is like a fucking pea right now. It don't matter. Like, if I have to say that shit one more time, it literally don't matter. That is one thing that's pissing me off. Like, I feel like Sabrina has that energy, but the fact that nobody in the friend circle can't see that it don't matter who the damn baby daddy is in this moment, that pissed me off.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because it's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change anything. What's his name? Zach or Aaron? Well, we know Aaron's on it. You can decide whether or not you want to play a role right now. If you want to go to the doctor appointments, you don't have, because maybe you don't want to do that, and that's fine. And then when the baby comes, all that stuff can just be taken care of at that time. It's not going to change anything. It's just not. And at the end of the day, if Karen feel like she ain't got nobody, she got her mama. She got Miss Lisa who gonna be there. So it's like it's really not even important who the father is.
In this, like, because this is like a segment where we're really trying to get you guys to share your thoughts, and I promise you, I am not ethering you right now. But this is something that has come up quite a bit. So Dee Dee said, am I wrong? When they did their business, didn't they get interrupted before Zach made a deposit? I've already made a video about this, and I'm just going to assume that you're not aware about this. So just take this as me educating you that this is a possibility. You can get pregnant during intercourse at any point, not just at climax or ejaculation. There are little swimmers in pre-cum, which is the lubricant that you feel when you first start getting it on. So it does not matter that they did not get to the maximum climax. They were going at it for quite a while, so much so that he was sweating. She was like, it was enough happening for this to happen. So the people who are resting their belief that this can't possibly be Zach's baby because he didn't get to finish, please stop. That actually does not make any sense according to science.
And can I get my little 2 cents into with this? speaking from somebody who has had a lot of sex in my life, and you experience different people. And me and my mom were just talking about this. I talked to my mom about everything. So I was telling her about and my boyfriend at the time. I knew what his sex cycle was. I knew it. I knew all of that. Whatever. Then I got with someone new, and I had never experienced something like this before. So we're having sex. Within like 4 minutes, he comes, and I said, "What the hell? I just wasted a number on you." In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. He was like, "Oh," he said, "I'm good." He said, "Just give me like 3 minutes." That second round, I almost had to tap out because it was long as hell. It was long as hell.
Wow.
I'm saying that to say, and there are some men when you get into like more mature, self-controlled men who know how to control themselves, you can have a man that you having sex with climax ejaculate in you and still keep going. So when people say, "Oh, they got interrupted," I say, "I know what kind of niggas you been effing. One and done." There are so many types of men, and we talk about Zach. This is what he do. This is what he does. So when I see that type of mindset, I'm like, and then when Karen and Zach started having sex, it was light outside. When Aaron returned back, it was night. We don't know how many rounds they had. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know that, but I'm like, you just can't go by they were interrupted. But honestly, this
And
is
that's
my opinion.
also the point is the pull-out method don't work. Why don't it work,
The pull out
y'all?
method do
Come
not work.
on. But go ahead. What were
The
you about
pull
to
out method
say?
don't work. It I guess it may help out sometimes, but it's not 100% effective.
At all.
And I think sometimes people love to say they got interrupted because it makes them feel better in believing that Zach couldn't have possibly fathered this child. But I think that's probably one of the weakest
It
excuses as to why
is.
he can't be the father.
And that's no shade to you, DD.
And that's no shade
That
to
I
nobody.
have
That's
literally seen that comment on my channel at least 2,000 times. At least.
literally,
So that's for all of y'all
literally.
because this is definitely making it to Twitter. I'm still
Yeah.
looking for the lies. I'm looking for Karen lies in the chat. Some people think Karen's a liar because of the X app says so.
Oh,
Some people
yeah.
can't even form their own opinions. Come on, Kenny, with the word today.
That's
The way this paternity storyline has been written has been all over the place. Facts, it has. Do you see any lies in the chat that we can actually address? Because at this point, I'm putting it to
I haven't
bed.
I haven't seen any.
67% said that she is not lying, but where the rest of y'all at? Because it need to be 100% the way I don't see no damn lies in this chat.
Damn.
Sorry, y'all. We like reading the chat right now.
Oh, I said the way this paternity storyline has been written has been all over. So maybe that's where the Karen lie is coming from.
Right, but it's been
Okay.
all over the place, but that doesn't mean she's lying. She believes it to be true.
I think maybe people were saying like because there were times when Karen stated like she didn't know who the father was. Then it was times she stated that she knows Zach is the father, but I don't really know who the dad is. Or because like I maybe that's what they're referring to.
How
That's the
is
only
that
thing
a
I can
lie
think.
though? Because one thing is she don't damn like let's be real. None of them damn know. When I said that in my last video, people got upset about it. They don't. I don't even believe honestly. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't believe her doctor did an intravenous DNA test on that damn baby. I don't. It's too risky, and the thing is the size of a damn like y'all gonna make me pull out my biology books now and give you the actual goddamn text of like how this works because no. So for me, she believes it to be Zach's kid. She just know down deep down in her heart she's so damn sure. Cool.
She
The
showed.
doctor says so.
Yeah.
Cool. She going through a moment where she's really trying to release Zach, and she wants to. I do believe she had at least one moment where she actually was switching in hope that it was Aaron's because it would be easier. And I think that was around the same time before Jennifer that she was going to give her relationship with Aaron a go. And switching to that does not make her a liar. It makes her a person who is trying not to root for her own damn downfall and realize the toxic cycle that she's in this relationship that she feels trapped in and wants to actually move into something else. That does not make her a liar. I'm sorry. I'm laughing right now because me having to say this and explain this makes me feel like people are running through their lives not actually living, actually experiencing certain things that trigger different things for them, that shift their perspective. Like, I don't know the life that y'all living in. I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want to get offensive with my comment.
Yeah, I just think collectively, like for Karen who may not be their favorite character, or for Karen this may be the consensus of the people you're just supposed to dislike so strongly. Sometimes I think it doesn't matter what she says. I'm pretty sure there are going to be some comments, I know I'm going to find, where people feel like, y'all saw how she called all her friend B itches tonight. She can't talk to nobody right.
That is hilarious.
And we'll have nothing to say about Danny.
That is so hilarious, Allie, because before we go on this live, we didn't even talk about Sistas, and you were like, oh, Erica, I like your hair. And I was like, bitch, like, I'm trying to. That is so funny that you said that, because that literally happened with us. So that's the part that I'm talking about of, like, you people are weird, and that's not to be offensive to you, but you actually are weird, because her actually calling them just in that moment was a friendly thing. She goes as far as to say it. I just actually gave you the example of how it happens in real life and how it happens naturally and actually happened between me and Allie. And the crazy part is like, I literally said to Allie, oh, like, wait, I use that as this, but I haven't talked to you yet about how you feel about the word. Like, we had that whole exchange before we even got on live. But y'all ain't gonna give Karen that grace when you get over to that damn app formerly known as Twitter. And y'all gonna act like that don't happen in real life just because you don't like the Karen character. And you know what? If that's the case, I would much rather y'all say that. If you feel like Karen is a liar because you don't like her, just say that. Because at least that will have you being accountable to your fucking bias. You're not standing on fact, you're standing on feeling, which is fine. I'm so glad you said that. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's how I feel, child. How I feel. What
Andy
happened
is
next?
not asking about who's the father because she actually cares about Karen or her well-being. She asked him so she could run back to Goof Team and tell her to make her feel better. I'm going to end the poll at 65% said that Karen is not lying. But, all y'all that said that she is, I would love for you to present yourselves. But you didn't. You had your chance. 34% had your chance. Good night, Cookie from the Shy. Catch the replay, girl, for everything that you miss. Shottown Girl, sorry. Shottown Girl 33 said Andy ain't asking for good reasons. Wednesday Talk says, I think the baby being Aaron is going to bring him back on the scene. I want it to be Aaron's. Maybe. Allie said, I done told y'all 80, 50 million, 11 times that man is sterile. Maybe when Karen had the envelope and said it was Zach's, but when Danny opened it, she said it was empty. And then they're going off of Aaron's words and belief. Chrissy said that. Okay, so I can totally see that, but I feel like that's a Tyler Perry dropped the ball, because he shoots really fast. They shoot out of order. I'm like, maybe that scene where she called the doctor was supposed to be before, but then it also actually makes sense for like it actually being empty and it kind of being a mistake, but he just never clarified it, because for it to be a blank sheet of paper and then her to call and say, hey, I don't have my results. I'm going to need a hard copy, so I'm going to come and get it. That to me explained away that she wasn't actually trying to be deceitful. Like, she pushed that in that man's chest, like, I need you to open it now. And thank God he didn't, because her face would have got busted in that damn living room.
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
understand how that seems like it's deceitful, but then he follows it up with a scene where she's actually calling the doctor accent, and it's just like, well, was that deceitful, or was that a misstep, an administrative misstep from the doctor's office? I guess
It
y'all be the
definitely was an
judge.
administrative misstep. Definitely.
I don't see anything else. Thank you, La Jessica. There's a non-invasive paternity test that can be done at 7 weeks, which requires a blood sample from the mom and a mouth swab from the dad. Really, Natalie? I gotta look that up. I mean, I did graduate a while ago. Is that new? And that test is a 99% test. I know like other tests that are like 30%, 40%.
Oh, that's too low.
Right. It's not for cases of like, anyway, I'm not gonna go into depth with that. But
Yeah.
um you don't see no more lies, so we can move on from that? Cause you about to go into something else.
Yeah, the club scene.
Child, the
Not
club that's basically steam plant. Not okay. So
girl.
this
Why
is
would
Tyler. This is why you piss me off, man. This is why you piss me off, because we say we got a blind date at this place off of these streets as if y'all never been there before, but then Danny orders the regular.
Erica get out my mind now? Cause why I said when I get on this live, I'm gonna ask Erica, ain't this the damn steam plant
And
that
it's
they have also
steam
called
plant.
Billy Jake's? Billy Jake's is steam plant. It's the same place. Now supposedly they ain't never been to this place, but like you said, we get there and we're having our regular drinks. Sorry, what? I said Tyler
Tyler,
Perry.
why are you
I'm
playing?
I'm sick of you.
Fucking
I
sick.
am sick of you. Goodness. Billy
Literally.
Jakes. So we get them walking in, and Andy, sees her date, and what's his name? Jordan. He's an ex what basketball football player, ex pro
Basketball
player or
player.
whatever, basketball player, and I said he like he could be a DeBarge brother or something, but Andy seems quite smitten with him. We
Andy's
find out
smitten
this
with
is his
every man
second
that looks
date.
at her with a smile
She's
on his
smitten, she's
face.
smitten with she's smitten with everybody. She's not drinking because she's driving. I said, and he seems to be, he said this is his second date off the app. The first date, the woman was a narcissist. So I said, oh, you describing Andy? Okay. All right, cool. But you know what I said? Because Jordan made reference to the first date. Tony and what was the other boy name? Tony and I can't think his name right now. Made
Rich.
reference Rich. Because and then Tony and Rich made reference to this first date. I said, I wonder if that first date was with someone that we know of. That would be interesting to find out a little later. But when Tony gets there, Tony Tony just ain't right. When he was introduced to Sabrina, this fool said, I feel like I know you already. What?
You ain't never met me, sir. And that's
You ain't
red
never
flag
met
number
me.
62.
Girl. Well, she talks so loud, and Sabrina was like, yeah, I can attest to that. Yes, she do. It's like, this is the weirdest situation. This is because I'm like, Danny, you just said you was giving girlfriend energy, but you have all of this momentum and curiosity to meet up with this fine man named Tony,
Mm-hmm.
who you said was fine. I said, baby,
who is clearly a stalker. Y'all want to put that charge on Aaron, but y'all need to put it on Tony because it's giving
Tony is a stalker.
textbook stalker. Child, all I care
Oh,
about with
see,
this damn club, this little meetup is Andy dress because I liked it. Other than that, the rest of it is a dud. Tyler, stop recycling actors. His name is not Rich. He's that raggedy dude that married that woman only because he wanted to stop her from getting married to somebody else, but didn't actually want her ass, and he's raggedy. Okay.
I was very upset once I realized it was the dude from Bruh, but he's playing a different character. It pissed me off, and he's the second dude from the show Bruh that Tyler has done this to. The first guy, what's his name? Big Bob. The doc. Is that his name?
Tom.
The doctor. Tom. I knew it was 3 letters. Tom. Tom played the character of Mike. He was a lawyer friend of Andy, named Mike on Sistas, but Tom on Bruh. And
but
now
then Andy goes over to Bruh and actually interacts with Mike, who is the lawyer, and it's like,
yes,
Tyler.
Then now you got Bill on Bruh is playing Rich on Sistas. Out of all those actors in Atlanta, you telling me you couldn't get somebody new? I don't like that. It's too close for comfort. For these to be shows that exist in the same universe, why are you recycling actors? It
makes no damn
didn't
sense.
Like it.
That whole moment, they could have got rid of it for me. I don't give a damn about Andy and his date. I don't give a damn about Tony. Girl. I don't give a damn about Danny and her regular triple shot because she's a drunk.
Okay.
Sabrina, take your two ass home and just leave these people for they whatever. Because you're not going to get with Rich. Bump a Rich.
Yeah. Is that supposed to be her new dude?
I'm just assuming since basically everybody matched up and he's the last one left.
Yeah. Oh, I low-key miss Robin.
Me too, actually.
I ain't gonna lie. I miss seeing him on screen. And if that was his last episode, I'm not fond of how he left.
How he had to exit, yeah.
Not fond of that.
What was the last part of the episode? Oh, Zach busting in, doing what the hell.
Zach busting in.
That's it.
But it was very heavy. Yeah, because it was very heavy, like the sisters and Karen and Aaron on this episode, which I like because I felt like even though it was calmer, I felt like a lot of stuff got accomplished.
Yeah. So what you rating it? What you rating this episode?
Like a lot of people, I think Karen elevated it to a 10 for me.
Oh,
like just on her own. No, not the whole episode.
Oh,
her.
Okay.
Yeah, her. But I think I'm gonna give the episode like a 5.
Really? I was just negotiating in my brain if a 7 was too high because I was like, I want to say 6, but I think 7 might be.
Well, I was between 5 and 6. I was between 5 and 6.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 for me.
I'm gonna give it a 6.8.
Okay. Yeah,
because it wasn't perfect, but it was definitely out of the gutter that we've been in. God dang it!
Oh, it was and I felt like we actually saw like things come to an end. Like I feel like just from my perspective, there's no need for Q again. There's no need for Logan. I guess at this time we're probably not gonna see much of Aaron until Karen begins to miss him and calls him. We'll see how long that is. How long that lasts.
Do we think that he's actually gonna go away?
I think that he's gonna respect her wishes. I think now, and one of the reasons too, I think it's so powerful is that because this decision that Karen has made, it has nothing to do with Zach. It's not Zach driven. It's not, I feel like it's a possibility we can do that. You know, Aaron can't say that. She made the decision based on, I want to be solely focused on myself and this child.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna respect that. That's just me. I really do.
I can agree with that. Is there anything that we
Yeah.
missed, y'all? Anything that we missed that we didn't cover on tonight's Our Sisters Keeper? Tyler, we appreciate you
Um,
for giving us a little bit better of an episode. We got a couple little hiccups. We still working on some things.
Baby, when Tay Talk says, I'ma call Aaron ass.
Listen, Tay, what's his number? Cause like I feel like we need to go on here and just throw the ball up in the air, jump ball for his ass. Cause
Baby, what? And
men
I
ain't
might be
winning like he
shorter
be
than all
winning.
y'all. Because, baby, Kevin, it was somebody they were trying to be funny, but somebody put a picture of Kevin because, he's always meditating and stuff like that. And they was like, oh, he's in deep prayer, praying that Karen's baby is his. And I was looking at Kevin, right? And y'all know I got like a little crush on him. Well, a big crush, whatever you want to call it on him. And I was just looking at him and I said, why is it that every other man on this show, other than DeVal, tattoos are covered up, but he can show his? Zach can show his tattoos and all the. He got Ellis on his body, and we know that's his last name. He can show all his tattoos, all of that, but every other man gotta be their tattoos have to be covered. And Kevin got a whole lot of tattoos, a whole lot.
Well, I think
I'm like,
because
but
of his character as the pastor, but I didn't even think about that. I don't know who else has tattoos. I don't be paying attention to them men like that.
Anthony got tattoos,
Really?
and
But then
he
also
all
Calvin
his
plays the
tattoos.
like little Miko metrosexual. I think I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I think maybe it's tied to the character. Aaron being a pastor. Wait, we didn't
I think
see
for
Aaron's. I still think we saw a little bit of tattoos when they were having sex on Aaron.
they cover. You probably can see like the little ink, but they put makeup on it, so like they all cover because he is inked up, like inked up.
Oh.
And because
And they
I just
wouldn't
felt
need to be
like
because he talks about he has a past. Like,
he has a past. That's what gets me because I feel like, and it to me it just it goes further into that. Zach can just beat up everybody. This persona that he tattooed, he served time, he did this, he could whoop everybody ass, he could beat old pastor, he can do, and it's just like, nah, let Aaron show like nigga, you ain't the only one.
yeah.
Like you ain't the only one. So I was
Allie,
like,
you want him to get his lick back real bad. You want Aaron to get his lick
you know
back.
what? I just want anybody to beat Zach. I just want it to be anybody. Because I think I'm one of those people, like, even writing things, one character to me just can't be that good. You just can't be that badass. Like, nobody can get you. Nobody.
Hell, even Madam getting her ass handed to her on her own show.
Ain't she? It's all kind of stuff going on behind the scenes. Madam has no clue about. Have people infiltrate your club, ma'am, and your business, and you don't even know. So I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, y'all. Well, let's see what we saying in the chat. I don't watch it. I listen to you ladies on YouTube. I listen to you ladies. I'm tired of that bully. I cannot. So many people. It's a lot of people that watch us and don't actually watch the show, and I think that is like dope.
Yeah.
That is so dope. Because at the end of the day, it also is about entertainment. So.
PB, I know all the men bodies.
Allie know all the men's bodies.
I know all of them, especially Kevin, because whoo.
Now, hopefully, they write Fatima out the show. Now, come on, now. I think that this is gonna be a very controversial take, unpopular opinion.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's time for Fatima to drop out of the title screen. I was here for it to start, but she don't have Danny and Sabrina don't have strong enough storylines as main characters that were there from the start. Then you add in Fatima, who also don't have her own storyline. Like, let's just focus on the four ladies and give them what they need and let her be what she gonna be on Sistas and be who she is on Fatima.
And to piggyback off what you said, and I'm keeping all the way real, she never should have been at it in the first place.
I tried to give her a little grace, like, okay, She was Zach,
Nope.
and it's getting a little bit more
Shouldn't have-
interesting.
She shouldn't have been added in the first place because I feel like without Zach, would people really be riding with Fatima the way they wouldn't? It just wouldn't happen. And I just feel like, and I've said this before, Tyler was super intentional as to how he wrote their story, the sex, the all of this stuff, the blue light special in the shower, Fatima being the only character, the only woman on the show who we saw simulate head, like give oral head, like give oral sex. No one else has done that. So it's like we've seen it. It was a reason why he did what he did. Because he knew people was gonna go crazy over this stuff. Got her legs all up in these realistic positions. It's like, wait, what the heck? I said, baby, okay.
We got the aesthetic, we got the vibe you were trying to put down. Now we can go ahead and release it, Tyler. We can go ahead
We
and
can go
release
ahead. We can release it. We can release it. We don't want it. I know I don't.
it. PP Law said I would love her before Zach made her dumb. Not before Zach made her dumb now. But listen, points were
Mm-mm.
made. Shout out to the 91 of y'all that are in this live still. Hit that like button. Give this video a like because you in here
Yeah.
should
Yeah,
definitely be at
thank
least
y'all to
90
everybody who be
likes.
in here. Y'all being here, y'all be rocking, y'all be riding, commenting, engaging.
Vaughn says she's never gonna be part of the sisters friend group. Y'all ain't not playing no games. I'll tell you one thing. I don't wanna hear it from the Fatima holics, whatever y'all wanna call yourselves, because they love to get on my ass now about, oh, she just don't like Fatima. The way I had gave this lady grace for so long, y'all can kiss my
Been seeing
ass.
that, Erica. And I've been seeing that, and it's so interesting because I think that because of how you felt for Fatima in the beginning, like in your reviews, like you really rolled for Fatima, like hard. And to see, I'm not gonna say like a switch, but to see that you're coming into a new revelation of how you feel and how you see her character. And it's never like, oh, I don't like her. It's not that, but it's like this is what I'm seeing now, based on how she's being written, based on her actions, so on and so forth. And the people in your comment section, it's hilarious to me because I'm like, wow, you just don't like Fatima. You, I said, well, because she has a difference of opinion about the. What is
Girl,
that? When you say she's Andy 2.0, I'm like, she's telling the truth.
child, this is
She's
my
telling
second rodeo in
the
that
truth.
regard because the same thing happened to me with the All American fans with Olivia Baker. I was gung ho and like, this is
Girl.
why this is happening, and y'all gotta understand. And then when that damn Vegas scene happened, and you got the
Yeah.
clarity on what was actually going on, because I was speculating for months about how wrong Spencer was and this, that, and the third. The moment I made
Yeah.
that video and I had a new understanding with more information, well, you just hate Olivia. Okay.
Yeah.
So the 100 other videos don't. Oh, okay. You
Girl,
got
it
it.
don't even matter no more, girl.
So at this point, it is what it is. But I'll tell you what, I don't give a flint what y'all talking about no more. Okay, I don't, because I know the
Yeah.
truth. Allie know the truth, and the real ones know the damn truth.
We know the truth.
And I'm going to do what Danny wishes she could do, thinks that she doing, hope that she could do. I'm gonna actually keep it real and stand 10 toes down. I'm gonna stand on business. Okay. Anywho.
Back at that.
I think that's it, y'all. Have a good
That
night,
is it.
Kenny. It is 1 a.m. where y'all are at. I'm gonna try to get the sisters video out because I have a 50-mile bike ride tomorrow with the writers to support the actors who
You
are
know
still
how
on
yes you
strike.
do. You have been, y'all. I'ma just say Erica has been so committed to that bike ride. To the how many miles you said it is again?
Tomorrow is 50.
to the 50 miles, however many miles.
Last
It's
week it was
always double digit
43.
miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you always up. It's 30 plus miles you be doing, and you have been doing it faithfully every Thursday, and that is amazing. It really is. That's amazing.
Lord
Cause
be with
ooh,
me. We trying to be our best selves. We trying to really walk into our blessings and do the work so that we can meet the Lord with what He has for us, honey. And also, we
yes,
want the damn studios to pay us what we worth. God damn it.
absolutely,
And with
absolutely.
that said,
Question:
y'all. Oh, what's up?
did you notice that there was no extended trailer release this
Yes.
week?
And I noticed that
Okay,
they
so
only posted the end of credits trailer an hour before the episode.
yeah, I was like, okay, all right, because I'm like, did I miss it?
Mm-mm.
And when I didn't see you post a video for it, I was like, all right, I don't think they released an extended trailer,
Mm.
preview.
Nope, nope. All right,
Okay.
y'all. It's been real. Go over to at Ellie Nick Official and follow her if you're not already. Look out for her breakdowns, previews, all
Yes.
that jazz. This weekend,
And
what you
back
got for
down
back
memory
down? Yeah,
lane.
that's what I was about to bring up.
Yeah, doing waiting to. I mean, soul food.
Come on,
Doing
Soul
soul
Food.
food.
We kicking it with
Yeah.
Allie on Saturday to talk about Soul Food, y'all. Going back down memory lane.
Yeah. Oh, and I will be reviewing Kingdom Business when it comes back on BT Plus November
Baby,
2nd.
okay, so like I'm so sorry I left y'all hanging. I think I got like 2 more episodes from the first season, but I love Kingdom Business Down. I was in the DMs like advocating. I got so many people to watch that damn show. It is so good. I really enjoy it so
So
much.
good.
So I cannot
So good.
wait for season 2 to come back, and I'm going to finish out the season, and I'm going to give y'all what y'all need to have, cause me too. It's really good, and I really
Yeah.
like it. Like Tosh, the duality with that motherfucker, baby. I'm
Hmm.
here for it.
All
I'm
the way.
totally here for it.
Good
But y'all,
night, everybody.
yes, we gonna go ahead and get ready to get up out of here. Child, do I have the right thing on here? Thank you so much for joining us. Y'all some real ones. We appreciate you. We love you. Like the video. Pretty please.
Yes.
Where are my breaks at? All right. See you in the next one.
Good night, y'all.